Jordan, I know you personally are super excited for this fight.
I really was. I came in talking about it, and everybody's kind of looking at me like, well, why? Well, there's a lot of young talent on this one, and then there's a lot of experienced guys at the top, people like Court Wall who've been around for a while. Kelly D'Angelo finally getting to fight back at home after being out in Invicta and a couple stints on LFA. I'm excited to watch her too. Sam Panight's back. He's 1-1. He got that one win back from after losing here in, I think it was August, and there's just a lot of young talent here. I'm going to go corner one of them tonight, and I'm really excited for all of this because there's a lot of young starters and then vets mixed in.
And that's the one thing I really like about the NFA fights is it's a lot of what we call green fighters, a lot of newer guys just kind of getting their start, but then, it's the natural progression of the card. You start in the beginning with the newer guys, and it graduates to the more experienced pro-level talent, as in Kelly D'Angelo, Court Wall, Nick Grass, all these guys. The thing that makes me so excited about this, though, is like you said, Kelly D'Angelo gets to come right back here to home. She has a hard time finding fights locally, so the fact that we get to see her live in her hometown, this place is going to be electric.
I think her last fight at home was Guns and Hoses.
Yeah, it could, and she missed it this past year. So
who knows when that was? But even as these younger guys come up, we got a returner like Owen Shantz, 2-0. He started at the bottom of the card, now he's here in the middle. So here we are at NFA 8, and he's only fought for NFA, working his way up the card. And he looked impressive his last two. He's got a step up tonight, Stefan Jefferson out of Glory MMA, and he took the fight on shorter notice, but I think we got a lot of tough matchups tonight.
Yeah, Stefan Jefferson, like you said, short notice, but he is one of the strength conditioning coaches up in Glory at the Lee Summit location. What I've been told about him is let him grab you. He's one of the strongest men you'll ever have get a hold of you. So I'm excited to see what he brings aside from strength conditioning. Obviously, I think he'll be able to last 3 5-minute rounds if it goes that far. But these fights, I'm excited for all of them, the young talent. The big thing is, though, is if you want to watch these fights, go to nemesisfightingalliance.com. Go to the Facebook page, which is you can either type in NFA, Nemesis Fighting Alliance. The link is there. Click the link, get the pay-per-view, and you're in for a heck of a night of fights from start to finish.
And they get to listen to you all night.
They get to listen to me all night. They get to listen to you, and then you're going to take a break, go help some guys, bringing in some. We've got some UFC guys coming in to substitute for you, I guess we could say.
Yeah.
Got a couple guys coming to tag in, and really this night's going to be an action-packed night of fights. And we are going to throw it up to the official voice of Nemesis Fighting Alliance, Mike Kendall, to get us started with the national anthem.
Arnold, Missouri, how you feeling tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I invite you all to please stand and rise for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on NemesisFightingAlliance.com from the Arnold Eagles Hall here in Arnold, Missouri for NFA 8, D'Angelo versus Goffrey. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by Serve Pro of Arnold, JC's AC, and Brad Carey Realtor. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Missouri Office of Athletics, overseen tonight by Executive Director Tim Lukanoff. Your judges, Kate Side tonight, Derek Stacy, Jason Carr, and Rob Francis. Your referees in charge of the action once we begin, the Dwayne Bess and Tim Francis. Your timekeeper tonight, Keith Bell, and your position, octagon side, Dr. Melvin Macklin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off tonight's event, please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, fighting out of the blue corner, Andrew Frost.
Jordan, we got Andrew Frost coming down. He made the drive from Kansas City. He's making his debut. He told us that his keys to the victory is going to be his cardio, his resiliency, and he has an excellent support system from the gym up in Kansas City.
Coming out of the Glory system, definitely an excellent support system. You have people that have already been there, walked that road ahead of you, gotten to the highest levels, and a lot of them, like Zach, have come back and they're dealing more with coaching now than competing, and they've built these systems of progression, and they have these people that also have experience running their classes. Somebody walking in there and getting ready for a debut fight has so much available to them to get ready for it nowadays compared to what they used to do.
Absolutely, and the deal is everybody knows that Zach has been my coach for the past probably 4 or 5 years. The way that they have their style of coaching up at Glory really brings a sense of calm, almost stress-free environment for the fighter. They take away all that pressure, and so you don't put yourself into like a state of mental, like I'm almost nervous to get in there. And the thing with Andrew is, I watched him train, 2-3 weeks ago when I was up in KC, and the kid is very talented, but the one thing he has that you can't teach is he's extremely tough, and I don't think there's any quit in this kid.
And now, welcome his opponent, making his way to the red corner, Herman Rich.
Herman Rich here making the walk. Had his debut the last NFA show against Devin Bird, who's also fighting tonight. And you're talking about the toughness of Andrew Frost. Herman Rich showed a lot of toughness in his debut. He just got stuck in a position he couldn't get out of. But the guy came to fight. Even though it was his debut, he didn't seem nervous. He seemed very fluid. He just got caught in a position against a wrestler that he got far behind.
And that just goes into the experience, how we always talk about these guys. They're new. This is their new, this is them, going into a world that they've trained, and now these first few fights is a learning experience. So I think with Herman here, he's going to look to try to dictate the pace, and he wants to be aggressive. He doesn't want to let this up. He wants to keep pressure on and keep in Andrew Frost's faith from start to finish.
He's definitely got more experience under his belt, even after a debut loss.
Yeah, and now both guys are in the cage, so we're sending it up to the NFA, the voice of NFA, Mike Kendall.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA lightweight division, brought to you tonight by Impact Mouth Guards and Sub-Zero Wellness. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This kickboxer stands 5'9", weighed in 153 pounds tonight. He's making his amateur debut. Representing Glory MMA and Fitness and fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, Andrew Frost. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter, standing 5'10". He weighed in 155.5 pounds. He holds an 0-1 amateur record. He represents Wise Warriors MMA. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Herman Rich. Referee in charge of the action, Tim Francis.
Jordan, we're getting ready to start the night here at NFA 8. I cannot wait. This first fight should set the pace for a wonderful evening of fights.
It's a good one to start with, that's for sure.
Touch of the gloves. Both these guys showing a little composure. Ooh,
Some straight. Oh,
Herman
Rich
coming out hard. Big left hand right there. That tie clinch spins him around, but that pressure, he wanted to bring the pressure.
Yeah, he said he wanted to come out aggressive. Oh, wow. Straight 1-2s. Sprawls on it.
He's got that guillotine locked up right there. That's tight. That's tight. He's got to take that left arm and really pull up on his right hand. Looks like he's almost going for a power guillotine if he would swim that hand in there. Now here, what I notice is the pace. Do we think that Herman Rich can keep this pace up? If Andrew Frost, gains his composure back right now, is Herman Rich going to be able to keep this pace for, for 3 rounds?
It's tough to do. It's tough to do, especially with the adrenaline out the gate. And he's trying to make up for that last fight, I'm sure.
Went for that flying knee fake into a shot,
down, but he's get caught.
He's got his head in the guillotine right there. Did he get out? Yeah.
That looked deep to start.
Yeah. Looking for some up kicks right there to get back to his feet. Andrew needs to get going. He needs to get that offense going. He's getting hit with some shots right here, some big bombs. Woo, big right hand just missed.
You weren't lying. That kid is tough.
I told you he's tough, and he's not going to quit. That big right hand, and the fight's over. The fight's over. Good stoppage. I think he got clipped, and he just the whole way the fight was going, I don't think Herman Rich is going to back up.
Herman Rich just throwing 1-2s down the pipe, and they were landing, stalking him. He took him from one end of the corner to the other.
He said, I want to push the pace, and I want to dictate the pace and keep that pressure on. I don't want to let up. He did just that. Herman Rich looked good. I'd like to see him back here as soon as we can. Get him another fight, but I'd like to see him kind of maybe go against a bit of a wrestler, see if he can improve some of his previous outings. I think Andrew Frost was overwhelmed right there.
That first fight, you just never know what you're going to run into. The speed can throw you off, even outside of the training room. The nerves can throw you off, and he was on him right out the gate.
Oh, absolutely he was. That is hard to deal with, especially if you've never been in there. Guys like you and I have been around for a very long time. If someone comes at you, we kind of have an idea of how to calm them down. Even if it's just clinch them up, hold them up, and let them blow their mind out or blow their load, as they say. Or hit him with a quick 1-2, and it's gonna, you're gonna stop him. You're gonna stand him up, back him up, something like that. It really just depends. But I think Andrew's gonna need to. He's gonna take this as a learning experience and figure out what he's gonna do to avoid that kind of pressure.
He's got a nasty cut. I didn't see that happen during the fight. Did you?
Well, he got hit 1,000 times, so I think it might have happened one of those.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Tim Francis, called the stop to the fight 1 minute, 27 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Herman Rich.
Again, big win by Herman Rich right there. Coming out, like you said, getting that win back after his last outing here at NFA.
Oh, he's got to be feeling real good.
Well, I bet he feels great. I don't think any of his hands might hurt.
No, I don't think he took much damage. I mean, sprawled on it. That guillotine, I thought he looked like he was in some trouble there, but he popped right out of it.
Yeah, I think if Andrew Frost would have held on to that and got that hand, the secondary hand in placement where he needed it, that would have been trouble. But, Herman, he kind of said, I don't care, and just went.
I'd like to see the strike count.
Well, it's probably close to 943 to 2. So it's close. It's close.
Yes. Ballpark.
Yeah, and now we're going to start the second fight off. We're going to send up to Mike Kendall to bring out the second fight. Mike Kendall, the official voice of Nemesis Fighting Alliance.
It's a pretty smooth, silky voice,
It is. It is. I actually have him on my voicemail to welcome everybody to leave a message for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along to our second fight of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, fighting out of
in Bellator. Kid's very good, but coming out of that gym is a lot of talent. Starts with that coaching. And I think, what he told me his keys to victory are going to be controlling that ring, he does want to stop the takedowns. Now, SCMMA is kind of more known for a jiu-jitsu style gym. He wants to stop the takedowns, keep it on his feet and go for a slugfest. And again, he wants to try to dictate that pace. And dictating that pace, to me, is working your game, not letting the other opponent work theirs.
Well, the reason takedowns are going to be a big part of stopping him is because he is fighting a Lindenwood-style wrestler here in Devin Bird, who's about to walk out.
And now it's going to make you for the NFA cage, Devin Bird.
Devin Bird, a young man coming in at 23 years old. I remember I was 23 once.
Many years ago.
Many, many years ago.
Devin's coming off a win over the victor in the previous fight, Herman Rich. And Herman tried to storm him like that in the other fight. Devin closed that distance and put him down. And that's where his wrestling comes into play. I've trained with Devin. Devin's pretty strong for his size, especially for his age. And he's pretty heavy-handed when he lands. He's been working on the striking, trying to piece those together. But make no mistake, his bread and butter is his wrestling and his ground game.
Well, coming out of Wolves Den, I know he's got Andrew Mop Evers right there in his corner. He, in my opinion, is one of the top jiu-jitsu guys in the area. And his jiu-jitsu, to me, is very unorthodox, very, I just say it's kind of weird. But the thing that makes him so good is he is one hell of a coach.
He's very good in the corner. I've been impressed by just his instructions in the corner, how far he's come as a coach and a leader in that gym, and just his fight IQ. It's only grown.
Absolutely. You got to think, though, he corners UFC superstar Sean Woodson. You know, at this point, Sean could have anybody in his corner. He chooses to have Mop and then some other guy.
Yeah, some other guy.
It'd be Jordan Dowdy in that corner.
And I just listen to Mop most times.
Well, both guys are doing a little squat stare down at it's pretty interesting. So we're going to go ahead and send it up to the official voice of NFA, Mike Kendall, to get it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA lightweight division, brought to you tonight by HKA USA Combat Sports Gear and JC's AC. And now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 foot tall, weighed in 155 pounds. He holds a 1-0 amateur record and represents St. Charles MMA. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Eric Carrera. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a Mob Jitsu fighter standing 5'8", weighed in 165 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 0 defeats. Representing Wolves Den and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Devin Bird. Referee in charge of the action, Tim Francis.
Jordan, I was going to say, I have to say, Eric Carrera and I are built very similar. Very similar. I mean, he's got longer hair, but, I mean, virtually identical.
In what year?
Oh, this one.
Love touch and we're off.
This one.
Someone's always got to go, they say.
Yes, they do. Good left hand right there for Carrera. Devin Bird obviously shooting in for that takedown. That guillotine's locked up, but doesn't look like he has very good grip, or good angle, I should say, to turn a choke. Looks more of a defensive position.
Got it out.
Right here, I like putting my forehead under the chin of my opponent. Makes it very uncomfortable, gets very heavy. I'd like to see Devin really put that forehead there and apply that pressure.
Carrera's doing a good job so far. He comes up on a single and
nice. That is called running the pipe, sir.
Devin lands in guard here. He's got him where he wants him. Got a body lock.
See, what I like here is we talk about these guys being young and new, but they all train jiu-jitsu. They all train stand-up. You very rarely see a striker versus a grappler. So both these guys are probably decently versed in ground fighting. So this should be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I see Carrera over here is trying to set up a triangle at first.
It looked like he was going for that rubber guard a little bit.
Now he's trying to sneak through. Okay, that was gone. Looked like he was trying to set up an armbar. Devin's going to look trying to pressure him in the corner.
I was just going to say, he looks like he's got pretty good pressure. Does he have a wrestling background?
Lindenwood College.
Okay. Never heard of it. See, right here, Devin being on top, I've been in the position where I'm on bottom, and it is it's very frustrating. Takes the back right there. I got to get both
Devin's
hooks
got
in.
that hook in. He can make him
Got
carry
one
his
hook
weight
in.
for a long time here.
Next hook is in. This is tough. And now here, I was going to say, it looks like Carrera may be giving up mount, but he goes back to just letting Devin Bird have his back.
And this position just sucks to be in overall.
Yeah. This is a spot that you've had me in the training room a bunch. I can't get you off. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that you've shown Devin Bird a few tips.
He's doing this one all on his own.
Right there, that choke. I can't tell if it's under the neck or not.
I can't tell if it's either.
He's got, well,
like it is.
Carrera's doing a good job of, I would say, holding that hand. This is not good for Devin Carrera, or Eric Carrera. And there's the tap.
Devin.
Once he took the back, Jordan, the writing was right on the wall.
He hung in there, though. He ate some tough shots, and just Devin threaded under the net.
Absolutely. I think his contact or something might have fallen out. What is he doing there? Did his eyeball fall out? I don't know.
Could have been a contact. A lot of fighters fight in contacts. I'm surprised by that.
So in Nevada, you cannot. And that was, I mean, there's other states you cannot either. But when I, not to sound like that guy, but when I did the Ultimate Fighter, so when we tried out, we all, we made it. We went to medicals, and you have to go through, an eye exam and stuff like that. You cannot fight with contact lenses in, so I had to hurry up, come back, and get LASIK or PRK surgery on my eyes. And I always wondered, I'm like, how do you fight if you can't see? Because if I take out my contacts, I can't see anything.
Yeah, especially like if it folds up under your eye in the process.
Oh yeah, and contacts are a pain. But we're gonna send it up to Mike Kendall to get the official announcement for Devin Bird and his rear naked choke.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Tim Francis calls a stop to the fight. 2 minutes, 35 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out to the rear naked choke, Devin Bird.
Solid win for Devin Bird. He moves to 2-0.
Absolutely, that was a good win. But what was more impressive is it was very clean. It was very technical, very skillful. It wasn't a wild shot.
No, it was more methodical. He kind of wore him out for a bit.
Absolutely. And now, Jordan, for this next fight, we got a third man join us. Lance DeClue is here. Lance, how you feeling?
Hello, gents. I'm doing very well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. You're going to come in, and Jordan's going to stay with us for this fight, and then he's got a piece out to go help corner, and you're going to stick with me. So help us with this one as we send it up to the official voice of NFA, Mike Kendall. Get us going.
Ladies and gentlemen, now to our third contest of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Brian Busby.
Brian Busby coming here. This is the big boys here. We got super heavyweights coming out. I enjoy heavyweights because at any moment someone could just go to sleep.
Yeah, especially in a stand-up K1 fight, you're going to see some bombs being thrown. This trains out of Honey Badger Martial Arts, which is St. Charles MMA affiliate, and it's strict Muay Thai style here. Jason Powell owns that gym down there. Jason Powell's been around this area for a while. Just very tough, hard-nosed, gritty guy, military vet, and this is one of his first guys I've seen come out of there to compete.
Absolutely, and Jason Powell's known for being kind of a little bit of a weirdo, kind of funny, kind of goofy. But what I think is awesome is we went ahead and we asked Brian what his 3 cheat meals are. He said, none, I have weight to lose. But being a super heavyweight, that's just funny to me.
Well, with Jason Powell, you're going to have to assume that he's probably going to be at his classic hard-nosed Muay Thai style.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to come to fight.
And now his opponent making his way to the NFA cage, Will Leggett.
Will Leggett, I actually met him the other day outside of the whole fight scene and weigh-ins and all that. His best friend growing up was Quentin O'Brien, and he just gradually started training with him because he wanted to lose weight. Didn't really have the intention to want to compete, and then the itch hit him. And he does this. He says he really looks up to Quentin, someone he strives to emulate. And here he is making his debut, fighting out of Quentin's KBC garage.
Wow. So that's a delay on the entrance there, but the one thing that I do regret out of my whole career was I never got to train with Quentin O'Brien. He's a stud stand-up guy. He's a stud coach, and I never actually made the drive up to the garage. Not that I don't think I was ever really invited either, but he wouldn't have minded, I'm sure. That's one thing I do regret, and if Will is trying to emulate Quentin, this should be a war.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. I'm sure he would invite you in a heartbeat.
Maybe. I'll send him a text later. We'll see.
I've never trained striking with him, but I got to train some pro wrestling with him. He's quite the character.
Yeah, Quentin's a weirdo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds of the NFA Amateur Heavy K1 Kickboxing bout, brought to you tonight by Halsey Roofing and Brad Carey Realtor. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, is a Muay Thai kickboxer standing 6'1", weighing in 262 pounds. Tonight, he's making his amateur debut. Representing Honey Badger MMA, fighting out of Rolla, Missouri, Brian Big B Bugsby. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a Muay Thai kickboxer standing 6'2", weighed in 261 pounds. Tonight, he's also making his amateur debut. Representing KBC Garage and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Will Leggett. Your referee in charge of the action, Tim Francis.
This is the first kickboxing fight of the evening. And Jordan, you know that I came up kickboxing, so these fights always hold a special place for me. I'm excited to see what these guys are going to bring.
One thing I heard from Drew Gigax in the back is that Will Leggett hits hard.
Drew Gigax is one of my favorite guys coming up out of St. Louis. That kid is so talented, and especially in kickboxing, I really like seeing it. He's technical, he's good. He just fought out of town in the main event, I believe, and got the win.
Oh! Leggett with a cross that sends him down.
Will is a big boy, and he is muscular. He came to lose some weight, but I guess under that weight was a solid frame.
The Greek statue.
Brian takes another cross right off the chin.
pipe.
Oh, another right hand.
Working off the jab and just landing
Oh,
two.
this fight's over. That was quick. Brian turned his back. Will Leggett with a big win. TKO. I think those right hands did not feel very good
Right down the pipe on the
Brian's face. Big win out of Will Leggett.
Well, and they were snapped. They were just like a straight piston. There wasn't overcommitting, and there wasn't like really just leaving it out there. It was just straight. Coming off the jab, working that cross.
That's Quentin O'Brien technical skill right there.
I know I would not like to eat those punches.
He said these are big boys. You know, that was a lot of power coming down that middle.
Yeah, I don't want to eat those, but that's why I retired. I can just talk that trash from back here.
Yeah, you just eat everything else now.
I don't. I've actually dropped a few pounds. Thanks, bud.
Jordan's the only one that hasn't smarted up yet and retired.
True. Well, that was a good kickboxing fight. I would have liked to see a little bit more out of Brian, just to kind of show off his own skills. But, you know, we're going to send up to Mike Kendall to get that TKO victory going.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tim Francis calls the stop to this fight in just 45 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO referee stoppage due to strikes, Will Leggett.
Solid debut, solid fight for Will Leggett. We'll see if we'll see him back. I mean, short-lived experience, but he walked, he did it, and he got the win.
Well, he said it's a bucket list thing. I actually think he may turn this into a little bit of a hobby at this point.
I would like to see it again.
The way that he barreled through, that was entertaining. I want to see him come back in the next one.
A lot of times when you win that way too, it motivates you to do another one. Because
It really does. It really does. I got a friend, Ian Zarvos. He just turned 63 years old, and he's actually fighting again in a couple, I think in a couple weeks. It's amazing that they don't have age limits on this stuff, but he's going to do it again, and that was how it started. So Jordan's actually going to be getting up to go prepare his fighter, and we've got a superstar stepping in to take his place right now. He's appeasing the adoring fans right now. So we got UFC superstar, the one and only Mr. Zach Cummings coming in to help commentate these next couple fights. Zach Cummings, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Just ready for some fun little fights here.
Yeah, Zach Cummings in the booth with us. Mike Kendall, take it away.
Arnold, Missouri, on now to our fourth bout of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Cameron Collins.
So we got Cameron Collins coming out of the blue corner. He fights out of Belleville, Illinois, and he's a big, tall, long fighter. He's got Johann Schlager in his corner. He's 0-0. This should be a fun fight. Said his keys to victory are listening to his corner, respect. I don't know really what that means, and he wants to stay focused. Those, the listening and the focus seem kind of like hand in hand. Zach, how do you feel whenever you tell your fighters to jump and they jump? You say slip and they slip.
I love it. You know, it's like, give me the sticks. You know, if they, it's like playing a video game. If I go in there and tell them something to do, they immediately react. It's sitting there like playing a real-life video game. And when you have someone that's coachable and focused in there, it definitely normally works out for him. So if he's wanting to listen to his coaching and stay focused and respectful, which normally just means he's going to have his head on his shoulders and make good choices, which it sounds like, you know, it could be doing something. He's nice and rangy. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, he's making his debut here. He looks extremely tall. So this, in theory, he'd want to keep the distance, keep the range, and get that jab out in his face.
Yeah, I would say the respect aspect is probably more like, yeah, don't get overconfident, don't get cocky, and yeah.
And now the one making his way to the cage, Jacob Hiley.
Jacob the Hitman Hiley, very young kid, 23 years old, fighting out of the pit. You see in his corner, he's got other UFC stars. We got Dakota Bush, Jake Collier. Not my favorite UFC fighters, because the favorite UFC guy is right here next to me. The key and the keys to his victory, he says range. He needs to be in and out and keep. He's got to keep in his face and keep that pressure on. I don't know how this gonna work with a long rangy guy right here, but he comes out of a good camp out of Cuba, Missouri. So we'll see if he wants to change his levels and get that wrestling in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's still range. It's just, he's going to have to control a closer range. He's got cut angles and get inside this long 6'4" body, which is it's going to be really hard to do. So we'll see. But like you said, he's got some really good coaching, some good guys in the gym with him. I'm sure he's going to be prepared for this.
Yeah, and we go back to who's in his corner. You know, he sees those guys making that higher level step, and he wants to be the next to do it.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the NFA welterweight division, brought to you tonight by Kemp's Hemp and HW Herald Distributing. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner is a mixed martial artist standing 6'4", weighed in 170 pounds. Tonight he's making his amateur debut. Representing Flagger Fight Systems and fighting out of Belleville, Illinois, Cameron Collins. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'10", weighed in 169.5 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 0 defeats. Representing the Smith Pit and fighting out of Cuba, Missouri, Jacob the Hitman Hiley. Your referee in charge of action still, Tim Francis.
So Lance, Zach, we got a nice welterweight fight here. Lance, what do you think Cameron's going to try to do right from the gate? What do you think he should do?
I think he should try to keep the distance. Obviously, he's got the longerness, which he's trying to jump that jab right now. He does not want to let him get on the inside of him.
Well, what I'm seeing right away is he's throwing that jab, and when the pressure comes, he sticks his chin straight up in the air.
Which is not.
That is not good.
He's going to get Mario punched if he does that, being careful.
Nice leg kick right out of there, out of Hiley.
Yeah, and this is not a rangy fighter's cage at all. It's going to be really hard to keep your range and keep your distance. And yeah, like you said, Adam, that chin's coming wide open in the middle of these exchanges.
Yeah, we'll see. Nice, the right hand barely missed. I think he's probably used to being so tall and out of everybody's range that he's able to just slip back a little bit. But as we see Hiley's coming in, he is closing that distance, and he's barely missed it with that right hand.
He's also making a mistake of going straight back, too, which is not good when you got a guy coming inside on you.
Now that right hand landed. Had a good body kick right there from Cameron Collins, and the right hand came back from Hiley.
I like how Hiley's doubling that right hand up. He throws the one, it's out of range, but he slides in and throws it again, and that's when you catch these really tall, rangy guys that lean back like that. So if he doubles that right hand up, it can really land for him. Ooh, nice kick.
Yeah, Hiley's doing one thing that I can't stand. He's got that mouth guard hanging out of his mouth.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah. He looks like he's respecting him now, though. He's starting to back up a bit. He's not coming in as hard.
Yeah, Collins is starting to touch the body a little bit with the right hand, the legs, the kicks here. So see if that starts adding up for him.
Good check by Collins there, too.
Ooh, nice get in on the takedown.
Change, nice.
So Zach, you're coming off of a back surgery. When can we expect to see you back in the octagon?
Hopefully 2022, late spring, early summer, we'll see. Everything's starting to get a little better right now. We'll start pushing the pace as practice goes on, and if things go well and weight starts coming down, then hopefully late spring, early summer, and we'll get back in there and do my thing.
And so tell us about that last fight you had. I think it ended with a very explosive finish.
Explosive, yeah. Man, I fought that kid from Italy, Di Carico, and man, kid hits hard, he's tough, hit him with some hard shots, and it was one of those where I didn't really say too much, but I ended up having COVID right before the fight and everything, so my lungs weren't really there, so I couldn't really push the pace that well, and I just kind of had to buy my time and stuff. I waited a little too long, waited till like the very last second of the fight before a big head kick, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and but had a good head kick, had a good win, and beat a tough opponent.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that kick about 3 seconds sooner, because then you would have been about 50 grand richer.
100%.
Because you've coached me the past probably, let's just say 5 years, something like that. That is stuff that we have worked on. Those same setups is what we've worked on. And to see it landed under the big lights on the big show, could have got you a nice little check. What they say is timing is everything, sir.
Timing is everything. Next time.
Yeah, good first round out of there from Jacob Hiley. I think ending the round on top. He didn't do a lot of damage, but I think ending the round on top really got probably got him that 10-9 win for that first round.
Yeah, for sure. You got the good takedown, controlled on top. Collins didn't really pursue anything from the guard game. Just kind of held him down and ate a few shots there at the last. I definitely agree that Hiley took that round.
Hiley looked like he was respecting Collins' length when he was down there. He would climb up every now and then, and Hiley would kind of block that. So I think he was a little scared sometimes to pop up on that as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention was a long guy with long legs like that. Really, sometimes they just slip a triangle up, or they can throw up the legs for an armbar, something like that real quick that you kind of don't see coming, and you get caught by surprise. But Hiley was ready for it, so we will see what happens here in round number 2.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of adjustments that both these fighters are going to make here.
I'm just going to say it. I want to see Cameron Collins come out with a flying knee from halfway across the cage. Let's make this fun.
I mean, Hiley may go for a quick shot with the way he ended that round, and he started respecting that striking too.
Nice little touch
to the body, because I think these new guys can't go knee to the head, but yeah. I like the idea.
Hey, no, you throw it to the body.
Is it a real DQ if you get the knockout?
I think you get a warning.
He didn't say he cared if it was legal or not. He just said what he wanted to see.
True.
Yeah, you're mixing my words up.
There we go. Ooh.
Nice straight left hand.
Collins over here switching stances. He's moving to southpaw, moving back to traditional.
Still like to see more head movement.
Ooh, nice right hand. Barely missed. Oh, big head kick.
Head kick.
And then Hiley starts pushing the pace right back. That's what he has to do. He has to get that range back.
This is what we talked about earlier in the night.
There's a big right hand from Hiley there.
This is what we talked about earlier in the night. These guys are newer, so they're just starting off their fight careers. But if you look, Zach, when you and I started a long time ago, it was like a bar fight. You know what I mean? These newer guys were just going out there, closing their eyes and swinging. These guys are throwing technical combos, changing levels, punches into takedowns. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. The level of these amateurs are. I mean, they were decent pros back in the day when we were starting. I mean, like we're seeing calf kicks right here, doubling punches up, again, like blend in the striking to fit in. Look, I mean, even if it doesn't work, like the stuff they're doing is high-level technique, and they're learning this from day one, which is, it's something we did not see back in the day.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say a lot of some of these amateurs could have been pros back when. Yeah.
Calling us old?
Yeah, I think I'm old. I might be older than both of you, honestly. So,
well, what I'd like to see here, he's got him pinned against the cage, and I really like if Cameron would get that left arm, he's got that underhook, turn him up. I would go overhook on that right hand and just turn him to where Jacob Hiley's back is against the cage.
Yeah, if Hiley can clasp his hands underneath the butt,
he
can start pinching the knees together. Here we go.
Nice takedown.
Good. Turn him off the cage. Exactly what you need to do for the takedown.
that forehead and that chin.
See Dakota Bush right over there, right in Jacob Hiley's ear.
Yeah, I think he's telling me to get his elbows out. He needs to be able to have his hands on the center line and not underneath him, and to where Collins can climb up and start, finding one of those triangles that you were talking about, Lance.
Yeah, he's got his guard open. He might be trying something.
Yeah, he needs to start throwing those legs up. They're really long. You can really catch stuff. Like,
right as I say that, Hiley comes down with a bomb. He's getting some distance there. A little separation.
I like that. He's trying to put the foot in the hip, try to create some space.
Well, I can hear Dakota Bush in the corner telling him to try to pass that guard, and he's going to have to do something because these shorter rounds, since 10 seconds left, these shorter rounds, you've got to kind of get moving. When he says pass, you better start passing.
Absolutely, but he can settle here. I mean, there's no danger. He's winning the fight. The problem is now he's getting all the way through, and then the round is ended. So if he wants to finish, I mean, there's one thing of just winning the rounds, but if you're wanting to finish, absolutely, we got to get moving and really need to put yourself in position to win.
This is one of those where you don't know how the judges are going to take it because, I mean, Collins pushed the pace for most of the round, but, it ended with Hiley on top with a nice takedown.
If you go back and watch, Collins had a few good head kicks, and Hiley raised his arms real high to block him. I think Collins should come out, throw that, jab cross head kick again. Next one, jab cross, and just slam a body kick. Because he's going to be wide open for it. And you start hitting the body, that starts taking effect on everyone.
Yeah, I don't hate that idea at all.
I think Collins should keep it standing. I agree with that 100%. Collins also seemed like he was a lot more confident that second round, too, with the way he was throwing those kicks and the way he was coming in.
I agree, Lance. I think he realized he's not in a whole lot of danger with the stand-up and decided to try to push that pace and enforce himself.
I think it's fair to say I might caught Hiley a little off guard as well. Hiley started back-footing, and then he got himself caught on the cage, and that's where he was able to unload on him.
I think Hiley's going to need to come out, maybe pump a jab right away, maybe a pump a jab quick with a right hand, and get in on a takedown, get him to the ground, because that's where he has most of his success.
Yeah, he seems to be really controlling that position.
Yeah, he gets into that clinch, tries to get in. Swim that right leg in, get that inside reap. Ooh, knee to the thigh.
Good answer back, yes.
Collins needs to start lifting that right elbow with the underhook to control that. He's got the underhook, but you still have to control that.
Yeah, he's trying to go out that back door. He's essentially turning the wrong way.
Hiley seems like the slightly stronger guy, but I don't like how much work he's doing to get these takedowns. He needs a little more technique.
Well, now he's got those hands.
Yeah, I think there you
got
go. The hands are locked. Oh, that's a single.
I thought it was a double leg. There you go. Now he's locked. He's got that lap hook.
Collins is doing a good job of controlling that underhook and really trying to keep his knees. And a nice knee to the body there as well.
Yeah, now he's got double unders. That body's wide open, but then you risk getting that leg grab.
Collins really needs to turn towards the head.
He's got him up, and he's going. No, good defense, Collins. Good.
Nice.
Good defense right there. Cameron Collins defends that takedown.
I really like to see Collins actually step across and land his own throw.
Had the hands down. Yep.
Collins looking like he's breathing a little heavy.
Hey, Hiley just used a lot of energy right there trying to get that takedown, and he did not get it.
He did.
Yeah, they're both breathing pretty heavy right now. Oh, nice.
Nice left hook right there on Hiley. Nice out the inside. Collins goes for the body lock right there. Couple shots landed.
Again, that lack of head movement starting to.
Yeah, it's really just snapping him straight back.
I'd like to see Hiley snap that head down on that clinch like that. Big head kick over.
Oh, no.
How's he kick over at 6'4"?
I was not expecting that.
That slip up gave him some room.
I'd like to see Hiley get his forehead under Collins' chin here, drive him, make it ugly, and then change levels, really suck those legs out, take him by surprise.
I agree. With Cameron breathing so heavy, if Hiley can make this more of a dogfight, it's going to definitely be in his favor.
Well, breathing so heavy, you can pin him against the cage and start ripping to the body with those knees, couple little small little body shots, just start taking his wind.
If he could step over with his right leg, he just brought his legs together. It's all upper body strength. He can use his legs. He can use his right leg to kind of step over and help drag the knees together, and it's really going to help his butt grip that he's trying to get here.
He has an ankle pick there, too. Collins is weighing heavy on that one leg. If he could just stay down there and sweep it.
See, the one thing I really like is, personally, I'm not much of a wrestler. I enjoy trips and sweeps and things like that. So if I was Hiley, I like to dig an underhook, and then I think we call it, a DC1 maybe? Get that outside leg, hook that outside leg, just suck it out and ride it down.
Man,
exactly.
Collins is over here falling over when he breaks. He's
tired.
He's tired. He's having his feet are not underneath.
He had his nice throw right there. He just didn't see it.
Looks like a little baby deer.
Hiley did a job of just kind of putting that pressure on him there at the end. So.
The fight is over.
And the mouthpieces are out. They're tired.
That was a good fight. I really don't know how it's going to go.
Like I said, you're just going to depend on the judges. The grappling, I was definitely Hiley, but I mean Collins was also putting in some pressure with those strikes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That third round, though, Hiley did have a lot of. I think Hiley, that third round, I think he had cage control. He had Collins on his bike there for a second until he missed that high kick.
Yeah, Collins definitely had his moment, but I really feel like Hiley almost took every round. He did more damage. He got the takedowns. He had some hard leg kicks and calf kicks. Collins definitely had his moments, but if I was judging, I definitely think Hiley walked away with this fight pretty decisively.
I can't argue that.
But what do I know?
I say, yeah, we're not.
What do I know? I've been so wrong so many times.
Hey, I've seen some terrible judging calls, so I will not be surprised if I see anything like that.
We might even see some 10-8 rounds here.
Rumor has it Adam said a thing or two once in a while about some judging, so you never know.
well, here's the deal. If you do a bad job judging, I'm going to say it. Yeah. And if you got a problem, we can talk about it. I'm not going to fight you, but like, if you're bad at your job, I'm going to tell you. Like I've seen, like the last NFA show, we had clearly 3 rounds to none, and they called it a draw.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
So as we got these scorecards, both these fighters give the show of respect to the other corners. We're sending it to the official voice of Mike Kendall, of NFA, Mike Kendall, to get us going with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. And the judges score it 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Jacob the Hitman Hiley.
Jacob Hiley gets a unanimous decision. Got a big crowd came up with him from Cuba, Missouri. Not an easy win, but, definitely earned it.
No, and I think Cameron should keep his head up, too. He put up a good fight. He has some holes he can see now to work on, as does Hiley. But, yeah, definitely Hiley came with a better game plan that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was his debut, his first fight. He definitely stayed composed for the most part. I mean, he got tired there. And, you can practice and train all day, but once that speed happens in live, it's an eye-opener.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a good fight. I think Cameron needs to work on, I wouldn't necessarily say he does need to work on takedown defense, but he needs to get up when he's on his back. Because I don't think he really did much of anything.
Either get up or start throwing up some things.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes.
Well, Zach, if we can keep you for another fight, we're going to send it to Mike Kendall, get us going.
Ladies and gentlemen, on to our 5th bout of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Todd Michael.
Todd Michael coming to us out of the blue corner. He thinks that his skill that's going to dominate is that he has skilled boxing. It's not just wild punches being thrown, but he almost contradicts himself by saying his keys to victory are going to be getting inside and getting takedowns. So I'm not really sure if he's going to try to box him or take him down.
Well, his background's mostly kickboxing from what I've been able to tell, so maybe he's been working on some, since it's transitioned to MMA, maybe he's trying to work on his ground game a lot more, and that might be the game plan.
Yeah, coming out of River City MMA, they've been working on their jiu-jitsu a whole lot. I know he's been working on takedown defense, and he's trying to brush up on MMA jiu-jitsu. It's not the same as standard jiu-jitsu. It's got, MMA jiu-jitsu is very, very different in the sense of you know what they say, if you have a black belt, you get punched in the face, you just turn into a purple belt, something like that.
Absolutely, that's exactly how it goes. If it doesn't matter how good your jiu-jitsu is if you don't know how to defend the ground strikes as well.
Yeah, and Zach, you being a black belt and what I consider an actual jiu-jitsu black belt, that translated to MMA for you perfectly because you have a few very solid submission wins. You know how to transition from jiu-jitsu to wrestling to MMA. How do you think, what do you see the difference as standard jiu-jitsu to MMA jiu-jitsu?
It's definitely different. It's a faster pace. You have to be able to find submissions in scrambling. It's with the gi you can't you can really like slow people down. You have grips and you can really start setting things up slowly. It's a lot harder to do that with the MMA fight. So you have to be able to strike and set stuff up within the transitions. It's just a faster transition.
Tyree Davis.
Well, Tyree Davis, I think, is coming out of Wolves Den. You see Mop in that corner again. Mop, great jiu-jitsu coach, great guy. I really like him. I can't say enough good things about him. But I expect, what Tyree Davis is trying to do is he said he wants to be smart. And a lot of guys you see come in, they're a little bit reckless because they're all amped up. They're trying to get excited. But I think he's going to try to be smart, take control, and have fun. He's already had one fight this year. He's looking to get one more, before next year's over.
And I could be wrong, but they both seem like they're strikers first, so we could have a really exciting fight on our hands here.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing that I learned is in my experience, as I got better with wrestling and jiu-jitsu, I caught myself wrestling more. I came up kickboxing, so I'm going to try to kick your face off. But I've got videos of fights later on where I grab a body lock, pick a dude up, throw him down, and now it's a ground fight, and I've initiated that. So hopefully these guys want to show off their tools.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the NFA welterweight division. Brought to you tonight by Surf Pro of Arnold and HKA USA Combat Sports Gear. Make sure you check out the HKA USA booth located in the back of the building. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This kickboxer stands 5'11", weight in 169 pounds. He holds an 0-1 amateur record. Representing Freedom Fighters MMA and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Todd Showstopper Michael. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 6'2", weight in 169 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 3 wins, 1 defeat. Representing Wolvesden and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Tyree the Prince Davis. Referee Tim Francis.
Tyree Davis has a little bit more experience inside the cage, but both these guys are fairly green in their career. I'm kind of excited to see how these guys are going to show off some of the striking skills.
Well, Tyree's got definitely the reach advantage, so I'd say he tries to stay on the outside. From what I noticed with some of Todd's videos, he likes leg kicks, so maybe break those legs down and try to get inside on him.
Yeah, Tyree's looking incredibly calm here and composed. I mean, he checked the first kick like it was nothing. He's over here spinning.
Yeah, well, when these guys start throwing spinning kicks, I have PTSD from a previous experience. And you were there for that one. You know what? You might be the first person that we talked to here that was there live. How was that, Zach?
It scared me.
I don't remember.
it scared me. It was one of the most crazy experiences I've ever seen in my life. But you come in cracking jokes right after, later that night, and it was good to see you in good spirits.
Oh, of course.
Always.
These guys here.
Nice right hand.
Yeah, these guys are throwing a couple of shots. They've missed with a few big shots that are barely off the mark as they find the range. I think, was that a slap?
That was a slap. That was an open hand, yeah.
What about the St. Louis slap?
Didn't know we're in Stockton.
Stockton slap, St. Louis slap. As he obviously is representing the Cardinals on
his stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice leg kick right there.
That was solid.
He's representing America with those shorts.
Hey, both these guys forgot their fight shorts. I don't know what happened.
I know. I truthfully, I think I have underwear that's just like both of them.
Whoa.
Nice check left hook.
Oh, I didn't.
Hey, that right hand snuck in.
Tyree left hook right there. Kind of overcommitted a little bit on that.
Hey, you were talking about Todd was looking about this skilled boxing. He's throwing the straighter punches, and they're going to land as Tyree starts, have these little loopy hooks.
Yeah.
That straight punch, that straight right's going to land. It's caught him a few times here.
I think that's why Tyreek said, I'm going to try to stay calm and composed. and maybe he has a habit of throwing, so, getting a little worked up and throwing those crazy punches.
I agree. They are coming right down the butt. However, he is going to a little bit. He's pulling from his waist when he's throwing them.
He
which
is,
could end up getting him in trouble later.
Nice takedown by Michael right there. I like how he's got the forearm in the throat.
Yeah, he's
Just got to make sure he doesn't lift that by accident.
he needs to circle him off of the cage as he just does. Hey, Michael's looking pretty confident here on the ground.
He definitely looks like he knows what he's supposed to be doing. I don't know about a jumping guillotine right there. As I open my mouth too soon. But Tyree gets on top, half guard right here, trying to pass.
Step right over.
Into side
He's
control.
going to gas his arm out. Yeah, he needs to let that go.
See, Michael needs to let go of that guillotine.
Yeah.
If Tyree realized that he's got that Von Flue
He
choke,
does. He does.
so now he's back to guard.
Yeah, guys, this is why we don't fall to our back for submissions in MMA fight. It's different than jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Well, you got that striker, he's been working on his ground game, and he wanted to show it off, and that was just, green mistake. But he'll
10
learn.
seconds here in the first round.
I don't know if it was a bad enough decision to end up on his back and lose this round for him. I mean, I think the takedown and the controlling still probably won him the round, but he could have landed a lot more damage and put a.
And it could have cost him. Yeah, it could have cost him, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I give that round to Todd Michael out of the gate. Just, I think he dominated probably, let's just say, 2 of the 3 minutes. Tyree Davis ended on top. I think Tyree's going to need to come out and assert himself with his stand-up a little bit more and calm it down. Like we talked about, maybe some straighter punches, and then you could land one of those big, heavy hooks if you see an opening.
Yeah, I would like to see Tyree feint some more. If he would come out and feint some of those hooks and stuff and draw that counter strike that Michael's trying to do, draw that out, and then he can use it against him. So if he can add some more feints, move a little bit, he's got some power, he's got some good pop. He just needs to be able to throw it a little straighter.
Yeah, Tyree's got a little bit of a mouse on that left eye right there. We got Sid, the cut man, in there, Sid G. Sid G.
Well, until like Adam's credit, he was saying, like, Tyree in the first minute looked very confident, had, Michael on his back against the cage, but at some point it was almost like Michael said, no, not today, and he flipped that switch and started coming forward.
Absolutely. And hey, he got that takedown relatively easy. I mean, maybe he should close the distance again and try to get that, as long as he didn't fall to his back for the guillotine, he had good control on top.
Well, he's got to stay on top. I don't like that falling back like you said. I've never been a fan of that unless your name is Damian Maya or Gunnar Nelson.
Fair.
I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
Fair.
See,
There we
but
go.
right here, Michael's on top. I think he needs to stay on top.
Probably he needs to take some breaths and slow it down a bit. I think he's rushing because it looked like the way he was trying to climb up him there was a little, it wasn't tight. He gave up too much space there.
See, one thing, and this is a credit to Zach Cummings here, UFC superstar. The one thing that I like is when you're on top, your top pressure, you've done this to me 1,000 times. You're a big fan of Darce chokes.
What is that?
Head and arm chokes. I'll show you. I've made mention before that I've stuffed almost all your takedowns. The only time I go down is when I let you. So
Fair enough.
But I like that top pressure. Right here, Michael's on. He's got that mount, taking that back. He needs to get those hooks in. He's falling back.
Again.
That was terrible.
He rushed again, yep.
Yeah, he's getting a little too It's good movement by Tyree and not accepting that position. Ooh, look at Michael's leg.
Yeah.
And thighs.
Took a couple good leg kicks in. I didn't even really
That's
notice
a foot.
it.
He's got a foot imprint. That's what that is. Look at you can see the toes. Look at the toes.
Going for that triangle right there. He's got to.
He needs to get that hand out. Tyree needs to shove his left hand through.
Oh, wait.
He's got the triangle. If he reaches up and grabs his shin and pulls it down,
yeah.
I think his
he's
glove
cut
is
out.
stuck.
He cut the angle the wrong way as well. Oh, don't roll. There you go.
it's almost like they call it timeout for a second.
That was. You're right.
Guys, this is a pretty technical fight here between these two. I mean,
It is.
They're having their moments of getting a little flurry and crazy, but I mean, they're getting takedowns. They're both going for some good techniques on the ground.
They want to make me look bad. I said they were both going to be strikers first, and here they come out.
Well, they both. So Tyree Davis comes out of Wolves Den, which is. I'm not going to say they're a jiu-jitsu gym, but
That's what they're known for,
Mop,
though, yeah.
Mop is a very good black belt.
Yeah.
But
they got good striking, but they are known for their jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and Todd said, he wants to show that he's been brushing up on his wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And like Zach said, these guys are showing a lot of technique and a lot of skill with just a little dash of, I just say, immaturity.
For sure.
And that's the crazy thing is the sport has evolved so much
Yeah, they're both new. You could tell they're both evolving their game, and they're trying to learn. They're, yes, they were strikers, but now they're trying to add some takedowns. Their grappling's looking pretty good, the control. I would like to see Michael really try to slow it down, stay a little heavier on the hips, and he's getting just a little too antsy. He's getting rolled over.
Yeah.
Nice little left hands right there by Tyree Davis.
And I think Tyree caught him off guard a bit with Michael. Again, Michael had a kickboxing background before he got into MMA, and I think that might have caught Tyree off guard when he's doing these shots. They may not have been expecting those. But you got to expect the unexpected, as you know.
Absolutely. This is a tough round to call here. They both had their moments. Tyree had a little more time on top this round. Yeah. But again, Michael got the takedown, landed some hard shots, and had the backing for a little bit.
But this could be the case of Tyree ended on top, and sometimes that judges are known to have that short-term memory.
Yeah,
so.
I could see Tyree stealing this round more than the first round. I think Ty got the first round, and the second round, I could definitely see them think that Tyree might have stole it.
Yeah, I have to go with 2 rounds to none. But what I'd like to see Michael do is come out. If he gets that takedown, he has got to stop falling for submissions. Or, the number one thing that they always say in jiu-jitsu, position before submission.
Michael's looking tired.
Hey, this is going to come down to cardio, and you have 2 extremes. You have one lean over, hyperventilating. Michael is breathing really hard.
Yeah, he needs to get up to get those lungs open.
And Tyree is sitting very calm, listening to his coaching. I really think that cardio is going to show a big factor in the third round.
Yeah, I think Tyree's going to come out, and he knows Michael's tired. You still got to keep your hands up. You still got to watch out for wild shots.
I say that Michael just got off his corner and takes a deep breath, but he's looking pretty calm. So
right.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong here.
Well, he didn't do that between the first and second round. That's why I was wondering too. He wasn't hunched over like that between those rounds.
Yeah, it just looked very unorthodox.
Right. I do think he's going to walk a little funny tomorrow. That leg does not look good. I'd like to see Tyree go to a couple leg kicks.
Well, if I was
nice shot.
Nice
Yes.
Yes.
Good timing.
Well, if I was in Tyree's corner, I'm going to tell him you need to get this route. You need to maybe go for a finish because you don't.
And Michael just
he
bumps against the top and lands.
This is where Michael should win the fight.
Yep, there we go.
Wow. Do not fall back.
He needs the control. He needs the control.
Stay right there.
He's got that hook out. He's got
one hook in. He really needs to settle and control the position.
He's going for that body
get
triangle.
rolled over right here.
Again, yep. He's getting antsy.
He needs to climb back up on top. This is where you got to dig deep and climb back on top.
Got to get that underhook. He's not reaching for the under. He's reaching for the head instead of the underhook.
Yeah. And now he's back to his back where that was maybe 30 seconds of dominating performance.
It was great, but
where he had the win. I think he had the win right there.
Yeah, he couldn't finish him. Sometimes you have to stop from punching and control the body and really flatten him out, break him down, get your hip position where he needs to be, and then those punches will be a lot more powerful.
Absolutely, he does that and slows it down a bit. He's going to advance his fighting career tenfold.
He's showing some really good stuff here. He just needs to learn a few things, and it can definitely advance your career, like you said.
Ooh, those suck.
Yes.
I would like to see Mike get. I want to see Michael get up.
Yeah, he needs to scoot back.
His corner's yelling at him to get up, and he's not.
I think he's tired.
This might be the fatigue. Yep, this might be that fatigue.
Don't wave him in. He needs to get up and try to get back on top.
He needs to get up, and on the flip side, Davis needs to jump on him.
Right. Yeah. If he thinks he's behind on the card, he needs to do something.
See, I don't know if he thinks he's behind on the card. I think he probably feels like he's secured the win at this point. But why not try to finish it? Why not go out with a bang?
Adam speaking for the fans there. Let's make it exciting.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm a fan here too. I'm not coaching either of these guys.
I know.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like they're still winning decisions, but there's getting the time in here, experience, and trying to find ways to finish. And I mean,
Tyree Davis.
If you're not always looking to finish here, like what are we really doing? This is a learning experience.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right.
Now Tyree Davis has the back.
Yeah, and you can see he's being a little more patient and really controlling here and picking his shots, being a little smarter. And I think he's
43 seconds, gives his corner the nod just at 30 seconds now.
Look, work back on top. That's how you want to float. Sometimes using a float on it, you can detach yourself and then reattach and everything. And Tyree's definitely looking a little smoother on top and be able to maintain that position.
I agree. He looked a little more seasoned in the ground game there.
Yeah, we're coming up to the 10-second mark. Tyree is ending on top. Definitely not a 10-8 round, but I definitely think he walked away with this round with no question.
Yeah, they both have their moments again, but this time Tyree had more time on top and definitely finally got some damage done that he's been looking to get these last couple rounds.
Yeah, and as we come to an end, I think I'm going to go ahead and say I think Tyree Davis went ahead and stole all 3 rounds, but Michael had glimpses of greatness.
Yeah, it was definitely a very competitive fight here. I'm curious to see what these judges are going to see. Are they going to give the little bit of time to in and on top and the short term, memory here, as you said, for those first couple of rounds here. But yeah, I agree with you, Adam. I think Tyree's got it.
Third round was definitely an easy call.
Yeah, the first round could maybe go to Michael, depending. But depending on how they see that third round. So when Michael got on top, granted it was about 30 seconds, but he did a lot of damage. He did a lot more than Davis did. And then when he was on his back, all right, Davis on his, Michael on his back was throwing up that triangle, going for it. So I'm anxious to see what these judges are going to say. Both guys.
This could tell us too how the judges are going to be judging as well too if we see.
Yeah. Yeah, both guys actually did really well. I think it shows what this sport is evolving into, and I would like to see both these guys back. I mean, I hope Todd Michael will call me tomorrow and tell me how his leg feels, because that welt from a kick we never saw.
I'm telling you, I see toes. That is a foot kick.
Yeah. I like the show of respect, going to the other corner, shaking hands, congratulating, all that stuff. But as we get the scorecards, I want to send it up to Mike Kendall to read the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges scored this bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Tyree the Prince Davis.
That's kind of what we thought, guys. That's kind of what we thought.
I did have Ty with the first round. I just didn't want you to beat me up, so I didn't say anything. But
I agree with you. Don't worry, I got you. I got your back here.
I haven't beaten anybody up in a very long time.
I'll tell you what, though, for now an 0-2 Todd Michael, that he's got a good skill set. He's a dangerous fighter. So
I agree.
You can't look at records all the time here.
No, he
I
definitely
agree.
looked very good. And like you were saying, if we can slow that down, maybe get not so anxious, his ground could come along pretty quick as well.
It's not much. It's a few little things that he can fix here and learn from these fights and everything. I mean, he could definitely have a good future.
Yeah, and guys, we're gonna head to the first intermission of the night. We've already had an action-packed night of fights. Zach, thank you for coming by. Zach Cummings, UFC superstar, stopped by for a couple fights. We'll see him a little later on in the cornering for the co-main event.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to take about a 15-minute intermission. Make sure you check out Sub-Zero Wellness, located in the back lobby. We got NFA merchandise. We got some new stuff back there. Check that out, some Hunter Green stuff. HKA USA's in the building once again, and as always, make sure you go talk to the dudes and the ladies back there, HKA USA. Also, Kemp's Hemp in the building. Check out that spray. It's revolutionary, man. All you got to do is spray it where it hurts. Check out Kemp's Hemp. They got a lot of samples back there. They got Delta 8, which is the good stuff. Delta 8 infused seltzers. Make sure you guys go check those back. They got a lot of samples for you. We'll be back underway with more NFA momentarily. Attention please, all cage side personnel, please report cage side. All cage side personnel, please report cage side at this time. Once again, hopefully you guys had some time to stop back at our vendors here tonight. Kemp's Hemp with their CBD spray. Spray it where it hurts, man. You guys got to check that out. And their samples of CBD infused Delta 8 seltzers. Sub-Zero Wellness in the building here tonight, along with HKA USA. They have a raffle here this evening. 1 ticket, $5. 3 tickets for $10, and 5 tickets for $15. And they're raffling off a leather sweet pair of camo green 16-ounce boxing gloves. Make sure you guys go check those out and grab some raffle tickets. Once again, that's 1 ticket for $5, 3 for $10, or 5 for $15. NFA 8 returns momentarily.
Welcome back to Nemesis Fighting Alliance 8. Adam Sella here. My boy Lance DeClue is here. We are getting ready for the second half coming back from that intermission. I have to say, the first set of fights is pretty good.
They've been pretty good, yeah. For the undercard, they've been very good. I'm very excited for our main card as we got some decent local names. But yeah, especially for some 0-0 fighters, they really showed up to fight.
And that's what we talked about. The sport is evolving so much that these guys, they're very green, they're very new in the sport. But they train everything. They're not just when I came up, I was a kickboxer who barely learned a little jiu-jitsu, a little bit of wrestling, stuff like that. These guys now are training everything, every aspect of the sport, every martial art that they are, that goes into mixed martial arts.
Absolutely, and like when I was doing it, there's sometimes I was learning as I was fighting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think some of these guys now are taking the time to be experienced before they get in the cage.
Absolutely. And as we end this intermission, we're going to send up to the official voice of NFA, Mike Kendall, to get us started for, I guess, round number 2 of these fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, kicking off again with the NFA 8. Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Luke Winston.
And Lance, we got Luke Winston coming here out of Con MMA. I think you know a little bit about this guy.
I know a thing or two about these guys. So when Luke first started in MMA, I was still the coach at Han, and he decent wrestler, hard right hand. I'm sure he's evolved since then. Han is known for their catch wrestling and their boxing. But yeah, I know a thing or two about Han MMA.
Yeah, well, Luke said his 3 keys to the victory are going to be fight, fight, and fight.
Yes.
I think he's hit the nail right on the head with that one.
Absolutely, yeah. He just needs to make sure that he's I would say he needs to push the pace, get the fight where he wants it to be.
Yeah, being 1-1, he's going to try to get back in that win column and elevate to 2-1. But he's started a career, and now he's trying to build that foundation. We may see him in about a year or two, and he's going to 7-1, 7-4, something like that.
And he's down 1 or 2 weight classes too, which is going to help him out as well.
Absolutely.
His opponent making his way to the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, Clarkston Stan.
Now we got Clarkston coming out. This is the fight that Jordan Dowdy had to ditch us for. He big leagued us, and he went ahead and ditched us for this fight. Clarkston Stan coming out of Wolves Den. He's got the solid corner of Mop and Jordan right there. I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the cage. We always do these 3 keys to victory. He said, got to have confidence in your training and your skill set. That is something that I believe wholeheartedly. If you go to the gym and you put the work in, and you give 100, I tell my son this, 110%, 100% of the time, we're going to start over. I say if you give 100% of effort, 100% of the time, you have nothing to ever hang your head about. And I feel like Clarkston's going to come out here, give 100%, 100% of the time, and he trusts in his skills, his training, he trusts in his training partners. Nothing else to worry about. Your confidence has to be sky high. And the main point that he brought is something that I lost for a quick stint there, having fun. This is a fight. This is fun. This is what you've been training for.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA welterweight division, brought to you tonight by Prime Health Centers and Impact Mouth Guards. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This wrestler stands 5'10", weighed in 169 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 1 defeat. Representing Hans MMA and fighting out of Barnhard, Missouri, Luke Winston. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler standing 6 foot tall, weighed in 169.8 pounds. Tonight, he's making his amateur debut. Representing Wolves Den Training Academy and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Clarkston, the man is still. The referee, Tim Francis.
I really look forward to this fight, bringing us back from the intermission. You want to start off with a bang. These guys are 2 strong athletes, both well-trained, good gyms, good coaches. Let's see what they do.
Saying how Luke came down 2 weight classes, but he still looks like he may be the smaller guy.
Ooh,
Oh,
big
good
right
right
hand. Big right hand lands, but Stith gets right in there to try to get that takedown.
Like I said, Luke has decent wrestling if he can get this spun around. I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Clark.
So what I would like to see Clark do right here, he's got double unders, take his left leg, hook that leg, and now he's got easy takedown right there.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful. Luke Winston gave him that takedown, that nice little throw. Clark ends up on top.
And
Right here, you need to stay calm. If, let Luke kind of freak out a little bit. This is what Zach had alluded to. You kind of have to let them work and you kind of flow. Good right hands coming out of Clark. Luke Winston needs to start moving, get him off him. This fight is not going to last long with that kind of pressure.
Setting up the head and
oh,
arm,
the head and arm choke. This is tight. This is tight. If he passes over to side control, this fight's over. You can finish it from right here too. He got a lot of pressure.
He did it. He's out. He put him out.
I think he did put him out.
Put him out. I was about to say that he adjusted to the side, which is how you can finish it from the top.
I don't know if he put him out or if he's about to go out. Either way, that was tight. The end result would have been the same thing.
Absolutely.
That was a good win by Clarkson Smith. I think that demonstrated his composure. He was calm. He did everything the right way. When he got mount, Luke Winston tried to freak out a little bit, tried to spaz, get real kind of, I don't want to say spazzy, but try to buck him off him. And what you have to do is you have to stay calm. Like we saw that previous fight with Todd Michael.
Absolutely. Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah.
He was getting bucked off, and he just kind of freaked out and gave, and tried to fall to his back and ended up in a bad position.
Smith showed what patience can do for you when you're on the ground, to where the way we were saying, like Michael needed, if he had a little more patience that last fight, he would have been a little better off on the ground there.
Yeah, and Winston, what he did was he landed a good right hand, and I think Clark Stith did not want any part of that. That was a solid right hand, so he got in on the clinch, and then Winston, I think the point that he messed up at was when he gave up that big takedown.
Yeah.
Send it up to Mike Kendall to read the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Tim Francis, calls a stop to the fight in 1 minute of the very first round, declaring a winner by technical submission due to triangle choke, Clarkson, the Menace Stith.
I gotta say, I do like the ring attire better than the last fight.
Absolutely. These guys are wearing shorts, not under britches. And what you guys couldn't see was Jordan Dowdy. He'll be joining us here in a second. He just reminded us that he told us Clark Stith is a monster. So this kid, young in his career, I look forward to seeing him back here in the NFA cage. I want to see him travel, travel around and face some outside talent. If he's as good as Jordan says, I'm excited to see what his future holds.
Well, and one thing when you asked me about Luke, Luke's a good wrestler, and he tossed him. He took him for a ride. He took a wrestler for a ride, so that shows you he's strong in that aspect of his game as well.
Absolutely. But up at Wolves Den, they don't slack on any of the training, so that was a good outing. We didn't see much out of Winston. I'd like to see him back in the cage again and show us what he can do.
Yeah.
As we get ready for this next fight, we got Zachary Creasing versus Terry Copeland. These guys have a few more fights than the previous, with 3-2 versus 3-3. So I look for a little bit more experience, a little bit more excitement, and a little bit more composure, technique, everything that goes into that.
Yeah, Terry's in that dreaded 500 area.
You
want to make sure you get on the right side of that, so he's going to probably come out very motivated.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then on that X, too, Creasing doesn't want to fall to that 500, 500 zone. So.
All right, I got some shirts to give away. Who wants some free shirts? I can't hear you guys. You guys want these things or not?
We're doing some crowd pleasing right now by throwing out some free shirts to the fans.
Yeah, I wonder what I got to do to get a free shirt. The official voice of the NFA, Mike Kendall, throwing out these shirts, getting this crowd riled up.
I can tell you, it's hard to get a free shirt from them. I've tried.
The one thing you can always say about a crowd at an NFA fight, they're always electric.
Yes.
Got some amazing lighting work going on here.
Right, as they're flashing. We do have a jam-packed crowd today, wall to wall.
So we got Zach Creasing coming out of that blue corner. Zach Creasing got that 3-2 record. He said his keys to victory, you know, he is fighting at a higher weight class than he normally does, but he thinks he's going to have the speed advantage and have a little bit more energy to keep going. You know, he's out of the Caveman crew up there in the Kansas City area, but I guess he's from Shawnee, Oklahoma, so this will be, you know, they've been around for a long time. They're a tough gym. I look forward to seeing what Zachary Creasing is going to bring to the cage.
He's got some traveling in his blood then, going to Oklahoma, out there towards Kansas, and then back here.
Yeah, you never know what took him from Oklahoma to Kansas, but you know, maybe he's found his dream of being a professional fighter.
Well, you know, it's good to travel too. You get a lot of different looks. You get different gym looks. You get different styles. So some states are known for their wrestling. Some states are known for other things. It's a good idea to get traveling in when you can.
And now his opponent making his way to the NFA cage, Terry Copeland.
So Terry Copeland coming out of the red corner. Looks like an in-shape guy training out of the Smith Pit down there in Cuba. What he said his main advantage is he thinks he trains a lot harder and a lot more than any of his opponents. You know, he's looking to really enforce his speed and his power. He said, I give it my all every time I'm out there.
Well, it looks like he also trains with an all-star crew out there as well. As he looks like he's out there with Jake and Dakota also.
Yeah, and he's I believe he's 2-1 this year so far. 3 fights in a year where COVID kind of impacted things. It's pretty impressive to stay active. I look for him to come out here, and he's, you know, if I was going to guess, I'd say he's probably going to look for that takedown and just implement a strong, grinding, ground and pound game. Final preparation before he steps into the cage. This is the part that always kind of got my nerves going, kind of calmed them down, going all at the same time. Sporting the Reebok UFC trunks there. What have you got them from
Fight
his
fans,
corner?
this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA middleweight division, brought to you tonight by HKA USA Combat Sports Gear and HW Herald Distributing. And now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, there's a mixed martial artist standing 6'2", weight in 188.4 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 4 wins, 2 defeats. Representing Caveman Crew and fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, Zachary Crease. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'11", weight in 186.4 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 3 wins, 3 defeats. Representing the Smith Pit and fighting out of Cuba, Missouri, Terry Copeland. Referee still Tim Francis.
Terry Copeland got a mean mug on him right there. He looks intense. He looks like he's ready to go.
I will say, you were talking about how he has the Reebok UFC shorts. I do believe, my personal opinion, you should have to earn those. So.
I agree with you. He does not have his name on him,
Nope.
but Terry Copeland coming out, gets that front kick caught.
Nice. He did clip that chin, though, when he was going for the takedown.
Zach Creasing gets in on a takedown. Oh!
Nice.
Copeland turns around. We're joined back by Jordan Dowdy coming off of a fresh coaching win right there. Congratulations, Jordan Dowdy.
Thanks.
Jordan the Man Dowdy.
Always good to come out with a win.
So, Jordan, we got Zachary Creasing here and Terry Copeland. These guys, 2 big boys. Zach Creasing's fighting a weight class up as he's stuck underneath the much bigger Terry Copeland.
Terry Copeland is very good. He's had some issues where some fights he came through that just kind of fell short on him, fighting for a couple AMI titles, but he's always shown a lot of skill. In the back, I saw him warming up. He looked in shape, he looked cut, and that would be a dangerous Terry.
He's being very, very patient here.
He looks like a big, strong guy. And like I said, I think he'd want to try to get on top and use that grinding pressure and kind of make it a nightmare for Creasing on the bottom.
The thing about Terry is early on in his career, he was in some higher fights for the amateur level for local, and those were always very high-paced fights. So to see him slowing it down here is showing definite development.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's going for the grind technique. He's being very patient, making sure that his opponent feels his body pressure.
Well, here's what he needs to do, though. He's got short rounds. He needs to start doing something. Need to advance. Because right here, he's just giving him a hug. This is what I call snuggling.
Sitting there talking to his corner.
Again, Adam speaking for the fans.
He's getting rid of that little hook that he's got on his left leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, while we're sitting here with a little Lowell in action, Ian Zarvos, we had made mention about his age earlier. He sent me a text message that said, "This is beautiful commentary."
Ooh, those are
big
those
heavy
landed.
shots
Those
on
landed. Yep.
Copeland.
He got bored by you talking.
He did. I think he did.
Good position here.
We
Lance.
can hear
Big
those.
shots.
We can hear those where we're at.
Big shots.
The landing.
This fight's about to be stopped.
He wants
Oh,
out. Yep.
fight's
He
over.
wanted out.
That was a good stoppage.
Wow,
That was a very
Terry
good stoppage.
Copeland. Wow, big win, overwhelming. You know, I don't think that had anything to do with the Creasing jumping up in weight class. I believe that was all skill right there out of Terry Copeland.
I agree. I definitely
I
agree.
actually agree with that too. Yes, absolutely.
Well, he had good pressure, good positioning, and he waited for an opening.
Well, and it can be a little boring for the fans to see him at first when you take him down, but you're kind of cooking him a bit. You're trying to kill that spaz, that little piss and vinegar they got in their veins. And then when he got over here in the half guard against the fence, started unloading, that was the beginning of the end.
It really was. It really was. I think Zach Crease is going to go back to the drawing board, work on getting off his back, at least creating some sort of momentum and a move.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tim Francis called to stop to the fight. 2 minutes, 9 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Terry Copeland.
Great win by Terry Copeland. I look forward to seeing him back here in the cage again soon. You know, he gets just above that 500 record. I'd like to see him take, you know, he didn't take any damage in this fight, so I'd like to see him get back, you know, fairly quick.
The only critique I have, again, different shorts.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're going to wear the UFC shorts, you got to earn them.
Got to earn them.
Probably got him from a teammate.
I'm sure. Absolutely.
Got two of 'em, right?
As you see in his corner, he's got Jake Collier
Yeah,
and Dakota
absolutely.
Harry Bush. Best nickname, I believe, in the game right now.
They don't let him use it, though, do they?
I don't know. I think they might. We'll see in January.
Ladies and gentlemen, on now to our 8th bout of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Stefan Jefferson.
So we got Stefan Jefferson. Jordan, you highlighted this fight as it was a short notice fight for Stefan Jefferson. Here's the deal. He comes down from Kansas City fighting out of Glory MMA. He trains at the Lee Summit location with James Krause. And the first thing we talk about is, you know, who are your training partners, who are your coaches. James Krause is currently in Las Vegas cornering someone on a big UFC fight. But he's got about 4 or 5 other guys at that gym that can corner him the exact same way. Stefan Jefferson was part, or he still is part of the strength conditioning program. I've been told that this man, when he grabs you, is like a gorilla. I've heard he's very strong. He's got a lot of power. They say he knows how to generate that power into his striking. So taking the fight on short notice, I'm sure he's in great shape. And coming out of a great gym, I'm excited to see what he's going to bring.
I'm sure he does have, like you said, the coaches that can step in. The only thing you want to worry about, though, is if he's used to hearing one voice or not. So hopefully they did some coaching with him while they were training him so they can get used to their voice as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely coming in with more experience than Owen has. Owen Shantz went through 2 different opponents, and we were lucky to get Stefan Jefferson to come in and step in, and he'll get to see that next level that he was looking to get to here right now with Stefan.
His way to the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, Owen Shantz.
The puppy dog in here.
Apparently we got a dog in here.
Owen Shantz, American flag draped around him. He's trained out of, who is that, Raynora's?
Yep, Wise Warriors MMA, 2-0. 2 pretty good finishes here at Nemesis. One in Farmington on the last show was pretty impressive. It was pretty systematic, took the guy to the cage, took him down, kept progressing his position until it finished. So I'm interested to see what he's going to bring here tonight whenever he goes against a more game, more experienced Stefan Jefferson.
So you're talking about Jefferson's experience. It's a great opportunity for Owen to show himself what he's got.
Well, the thing I'm interested to watch is usually in the Glory Camp, they're really big on calf kicks, setting up, executing calf kicks. I don't think Owen's seen that yet. So I'll be curious to see if he has an answer for that out the gate, and if he doesn't, how that dictates where the fight's going to
Is
be.
there really an answer to calf kicks?
There's a few. There are a few.
So what I'm looking at, I'm noticing the height difference. So Owen is significantly shorter than Stefan is. I want to see Owen if he's going to work his way in and try to close that distance, or if he's going to go ahead and just try to stay on the outside and pick some shots.
Owen tends to grapple. I would bet he's going to try and grapple.
Fighting in this contest is scheduled
Stefan
for
is not
three
taking his
3-minute
eyes off
rounds in
him
the
since they got there.
NFA middleweight division. Brought to you tonight
Locked
by
in.
Serve Pro of Arnold and CBI Street Cars. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6'2", weighed in 185.3 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 6 wins, 3 defeats. Representing Glory MMA and Fitness and fighting out of Lee Summit, Missouri, Stefan Jefferson. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'11", weighed in 186 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 2 wins, 0 defeats. Representing Wise Warriors MMA and fighting out of Mount Pulaski, Illinois, Owen the Demon Shaw.
Owen Shantz has a lot of fans here. Definitely brought the crowd with them.
Well, he's the local boy of the two, so that would make some sense.
Well, Stefan's got the look in his face. He's ready.
I was telling you, yeah, he hasn't taken his eyes off him. It's a fast hand movement.
So Glory is known for, well, the Glory's in Lee Summit with Krause. They are known more for the volume of punches and their diversity in strikes, always switching stances, things like that. I wonder if he's gonna, 2 kicks at the same time.
Oh, he dropped him. He dropped him. He's out.
Owen
Oh,
Shantz.
no, he's back. He's back. Nope. Good stoppage. That was
Owen Shantz
He
comes
whipped
in
him
and
3
gets that
times.
big win. Wow.
That is huge. That is a huge,
Big win
huge
by
victory.
Owen Shantz.
Huge victory. I think that was a good stoppage. He looped him 3 times. That was.
Those guys out of Wise Warriors, they're coming out with some aggression tonight.
He had a nice second effort, came up on a leg, and the ref backed off, and then he just ate a couple more punches.
I have to say that was a very good referee job.
Yeah, I agree.
That was good. Great job by Owen Shantz, though. We can't take anything away from him. That was very aggressive.
Like you said, aggressive. Well, you know, you got the other guys more experienced, so don't let him get his feet planted. Just take him out of the game plan before he gets started.
Absolutely. That was a fun one to come off the intermission with. I don't think that Stefan Jefferson was hurt, like unconscious or anything like that. I think he was just kind of overwhelmed.
He went loopy about 3 times.
In only 26 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Owen the Demon Shaw.
Owen Shantz moves to 3-0. Congrats to him.
Good win by Owen Shantz. I think Stefan would like to get that one back in the future.
And I agree with you, Adam. It was good reffing. The amateurs sometimes you got to protect a little more than the pros. They're still getting started. Maybe a pro fight you may let that go a little longer, but either way, I think it would have been a good stoppage.
Wise Warriors, those guys come out with aggression, with a purpose. Very impressive.
Moving right along to our 9th bout of the evening, please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Michael Banks.
Guys, we got Michael Banks coming out of the blue corner. 27 years old, he's 6'2", fighting at 155, so he's pretty tall. I'm kind of excited. He got 5-3, good record, long, lanky guy out of Kansas City with the Caveman crew. I can't wait to see what he's going to bring to the cage. He said the key to his victory is just to be himself. So I don't really know how hard that is.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you say to that?
I mean, that's always the key to victory for any of us, right?
Right. Fine. I guess he's figured out who he is, so that's a good thing.
I sure hope so.
Some of us are still searching, Adam.
Some people never know who they are. Caveman crew, who's the head coach out there? Is that Rickles?
I think it's
No,
Is
no,
it not Ripples?
no.
Oh.
Rickles is
I would've
just the
said that too.
Caveman. I can't think of his name right now.
I was with you, Jordan. I thought that's who it was too.
No. Dave Rickles is a bad man, but no,
Bad man,
I don't think He has Zach Creasing and Adam Ryder in his corner, but I don't think either of those guys are actually the owners of Caveman Crew.
He's long, lanky for the division. Interested to see how he uses his reach. He didn't really give us much information on him, so we're just going to have to learn as we go.
Here's the thing. We talk about how long and lanky he was. Derek Albright, 6'2" as well. He's 5-1 in MMA, 2-1 in kickboxing. Got Mike Rogers out of St. Charles MMA. We know they're a great camp, great coaching crew. So I do think that Derek Albright will be bringing everything to the table, whether it's striking, grappling, jiu-jitsu, everything like that. I believe this is going to be possibly fight of the night.
Amazing song choice, too.
It's a great one.
It's got the potential for it. You'll know he'll be well-rounded. I have it listed here in the notes that he was the Cage of Honor 155 K1 champ. So as he's got more experience with all the other disciplines, he's here now putting it back together. He's already got a 5-1 record. Seems like a young guy. His keys to stay present, stick to his strengths, and the last one is have fun.
Yeah, we talked about the having fun part. You can hear his entrance song. It's a little bit different, a little bit fun, a little quirky. But Jordan, you and I have had these talks a long time. We've been doing this for so long. There was a point where it just quit being fun for us. So you've got to have fun. You've got to remember this is something you're doing as a, at this level, it's more or less like a hobby. So you've got to have fun with it, or you're not going to get anything out of it.
I was just angry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the NFA lightweight division, brought to you tonight by Kemp's Hemp and Prime Health Centers. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6'2", weighed in 153.4 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 5 wins, 3 defeats. Representing Caveman Crew and fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, Michael Banks. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 6'2", weighed in 153.9 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 5 wins, 1 defeat. Representing St. Charles MMA and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Derek Alfight Albright. Referee Tim Francis.
So like we had talked about guys earlier in the card, a lot of these guys were 0-0, 0-1, 1-0, stuff like that. These guys, we're talking 8 fights, 5 fights, boxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA, everything.
From what I remember about Derek Albright, seeing him fight before, he was a pretty solid wrestler. So it doesn't surprise me that he's going for the body lock in toward a takedown here early.
Yeah, we see Michael Banks try to grab that guillotine. I think he's kind of using it more as just control. I don't think he's really looking for the choke. Now he might be syncing it up, but he really needs to lock up that guard.
It looks like he's almost doing the chin grab to try to get up like you.
Yeah, throws one leg around. He needs to lock up, get that left leg free. But I think he's trying to turn him standing up.
There we go.
Standing
there
guillotine. That is tight.
There
that is tight.
go.
That is tight,
Whoa,
boys.
yep.
There's the tap.
Wow.
Quick tap.
Yep.
Derek Albright got caught in that guillotine, and he had nowhere to go. Wow. Quick, impressive victory. That's what happens, though. I mean, this game, it has evolved so much with the experience. These guys got in on a kind of, I don't want to say like a lazy shot, but, put his head where it shouldn't be. Michael Banks used it as more of control, snatched at that guillotine, did what he had to do, got to his feet with it, then turned it into almost like not a power guillotine, but it was pretty close.
You've got to address that hand when it's threaded like that. And if you can't get to it, you at least have to control the other hand. You got to shake hands with it and then fight out of the other one. Because a lot of these guys, they're not just using it as a chin strap to hold it. They can do this kind of thing where they thread it further, stand up on top of you, and unless you get that hand over the shoulder, you're done.
Absolutely. What a good win out of Michael Banks. Derek Albright would like to get that one back, I'm sure. Send it up to Mike Kendall to read the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Tim Francis calls a stop to the fight in 42 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out, the guillotine choke, Michael Banks.
I really like, as we get up in this card, we're seeing more technical fights, guys. I think that was a demonstration demonstration exactly what we've been talking about. As the more experience they have, the slicker things kind of come.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Again, all the talent is amazing. What I'm also liking is that these young guys are showing so much respect to each other's corners. I like to see that a lot as well. And each other.
Absolutely. Close it off for a nice family photo at the end.
You always got to get that photo, otherwise it didn't count.
I agree with you.
It's always good to go back and look at that moment, though. It really is.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
If it's not on the internet, it's not real. So.
And that's something I always appreciated with the late Bob Barton. He always captured all those moments for me.
Arnold, Missouri on now to our 10th bout of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Joey von Blankenberg.
On to the pro portion of the card. Here we have Joey von Blankenberg. He's out of Hawaii, flew in for this fight. He's got a current record of 0-2, mix of BJJ and boxing. He didn't give us a lot of information on him. We know he trains in Hawaii. We know he lives in Hawaii. We know he's 5'9". We know he's 0-2.
But one thing we do know is he's coming here to put on a show. He plans on. He did say earlier he's going for a finish. He knows that Sam is a tough prospect, but he's absolutely going for that finish.
I think we're supposed to be having an intermission right now.
Little mix up with the production. I think we're going to go to an intermission, guys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was looking down at my notes, and I thought we were supposed to go to intermission, but I thought maybe they called an audible on us.
I think they did. I think some of the fights go a little quick, so sometimes it's a miscue, but we will be back after a short intermission.
Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's 29s in the club. Niggas heard I fuck with Dre, now they wanna show me love. When you sell like Eminem and the up, they wanna fuck. But homie, ain't nothing changed, hold down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cut, they nigga roll that weed up. If you watch how I move, you mistake before I play up here. Been hit with a few shells, but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the lady saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, the niggas will tell you I'm loco. And the plan is to put the rap game in the choke. I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still on the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. A girl from Wooded, they buy, and they ready to go. I'm in the club, bottles full of bug. Look, mommy, I got the head sippy in the take the drug. I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the making love. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottles full of bug. Look, mommy, I got the head sippy in the take the drugs. I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the making love. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting rough. My flow, my show brought me to go. That brought me all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my shoes. Look, nigga, I done came up and I ain't changed. And you should love it way more than you hate it. Nigga, you mad? How could that you be happy I made it? I'm that cat by the bar, toasting to the good life. You that faggot ass nigga tryna pull me back, right? My jaw get the bumping in the club. This I don't know with my eyes. Your bitch, if she smash, she gone. Hit the roof on fire, let the motherfucker burn. If they're talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned.
Cage side personnel, please report to the cage. Cage side personnel, please report to the cage, please.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. It's my big bronze boogie got all them girls shook. My big fat ass got all them boys cook. We're from dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno sang to me while I do my money dance like hey. Flexing on the gram like hey. Hit the Lil Jon, okay, okay. Oh yeah, we dripping up in this and getting paid.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blaming all my confidence. I'm blaming all your measurements. Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. I hit tripping with finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit tripping with finesse. You know it, you know it. I hit tripping with finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit tripping with finesse. You know it, you know it. Now slow it down for me, baby. 'Cause I love the way it feels when we grind. Yeah, our connection's so magnetic on the floor. Nothing can stop us tonight. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blaming all my confidence. I'm blaming all your measurements. Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. I hit tripping with finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit tripping with finesse. You know it, you know it. I hit tripping with finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit tripping with finesse. You know it, you know it. Fellas, grab your ladies if your lady fine. Tell her she don't want for life. Ladies, grab your fellas and let's do this right. Do this right.
Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Don't it feel so good to be us? Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Yeah,
Girl, we got it going
yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Don't it feel so good to be us? Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on.
Guys, we are back here at NFA 8 for the final segment of one of the best fight nights of the year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of competitive fights. A lot of them kind of ended early, but not because they were really mismatches. Someone just got caught in something, or like Owen, he landed a punch and hurt Stefan and jumped all over him.
Absolutely. We started the night off with a bang. Herman Rich came out and put a beating on Andrew Frost. I saw Andrew in the back. He's going to need a few stitches.
Yeah, that cut was nasty. It just looked. I didn't even see the cut until they lined him up to raise his hand.
Yeah.
He's still back there holding ice on his. The bottom of his orbital is definitely messed up.
Yeah, no, he definitely needs to get that looked at. But then we went up the card, and like we said, guys, it started with beginners and got to more experienced guys. That last fight, Derek Albright got caught in a choke. That was it wasn't like Jordan said. It wasn't like he did anything wrong. It was just skill versus skill, and one guy's skill beat him.
If they get that standing guillotine above you, you have limited options and even less time to address that.
And he was smart too, as he put his butt on the fence too, so he had.
Yeah, and like you said, you got to fight the hand. You know, the right defense is going to stop that every time. I bet you he goes back, works on that, and it doesn't happen again. But you know, now we've got these next 3 fights, guys, in the pro level of NFA. I look for fireworks right from the get-go.
Yeah, Sampanites, Joey von Blankenberg. Sampanites in his last fight, he lost his debut here at Nemesis, and then he took a fight. It was around Halloween, and went out there and he went 3 full rounds and used all of his stand-up techniques, didn't use any wrestling, and he got that first win. So that first big monkey's off his back now, and I'm sure he's ready to come out here and start on a roll, because we've all had losses at the pro level. Those lessons suck when it's your first one out the gate.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to start us off with the pro level. But right now we're going to send it to Mike Kendall, who's going to bring 2 special local guys up who have some big news coming up with the UFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final 3 fights are coming up. But right now, Arnold, Missouri, I want you to give a warm welcome to Missouri's own Jake Collier and Dakota Bush. Gentlemen, it's going down. UFC, January 15th in Las Vegas. I'm going to turn the microphone over to you. Tell us about your opponent. Tell us how excited you are for that event.
He's he's a stand-up striker like myself, so definitely won't be no boring fight. I think it's going to be a 3-round war. Trying to take his head off. I'm very excited.
Once again, January 15th, Las Vegas, UFC. Both these guys are going to be there. Make sure you guys tune in and watch. Dakota Bush, what do you got to say about it?
Yeah, I got a tough opponent, kickboxer. I'm coming in to cash some checks and snatch some necks, so tune in. It's going to be a good show.
Representing Missouri, guys, make some noise for these 2 warriors in the cage here right now. And just to make a couple announcements on some future shows, the LFA is making its 2nd return to St. Louis at the Factory January 21st. Make sure you guys get on those ticket sales as soon as you can. Also, the next event for NFA 9, is going to be Saturday, February 12th at the Olympia in St. Charles. Make sure you guys check that out as well. Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along to our feature bout of the evening tonight. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Joey von Blankenberg.
All right, guys, let's try this again. Joey von Blankenberg coming from Hawaii. I don't know if he took a bus or a van or what he got to get here, but he made the long haul.
He's finding out what winter is.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he came here and he's like, I need something besides these board shorts, right? And flip flops.
Didn't really give us much information other than trains at Gracie Technics, which is in Hawaii, obviously, but claims he's got a fighting style of BJJ and boxing.
Yeah, I look for him to come out like every traditional Hawaiian fighter. If you look at Max Holloway, all these guys, they're tough. They're well-rounded. BJ Penn, prime example, tough. I don't know if it's in their bones or what, but I look for him to come here and he wants to take the center cage against a tough Sampanites.
Well, he's definitely coming into foreign waters, so to speak, since he's coming from Hawaii. So he's going to have the crowd against him as well. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of fighting styles he does.
Yeah, he makes a step into that cage here in the NFA 8. This has been a great night of fights so far. Let's see what the pros can bring.
NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, Sam Panites.
Now here's one thing I do gotta say. Sam Panites and I are built the exact same. He's just a little bit smaller. We both are shredded to the core. The only difference is he's a little bit shorter and he's got a better wrestling background.
Well, and he's 3-time Greco-Roman wrestling state medalist.
That too.
And 2-time Tough Enough champ.
That too.
He's got quite the pedigree coming out of his amateur career and now into the pros, sitting here at 1-1. He said he had that little hiccup in that first fight, but he learned a lot from that. Went out, had his second fight, and he went out there and worked on stuff in the fight. He didn't use his wrestling, he used all his striking, and Sam loves to strike. He's a big fan of the TJ Dillashaw style, and he got to use a lot of angles and movement in that fight, and he went the full distance, so he got the full experience.
I think that's what made that loss so much more heartbreaking to him, is he did come in with a lot of hype, rightfully so with the hype. Because again, like you said, his amateur career was very, very well, and he just got caught, and I think that second fight he probably went to show who he really is to everybody.
See, we talk about that loss, and I said earlier, I think that could have been the best thing for him because it kind of took the pressure off that hype, and now he's able to show everybody what he can, what he can do and what he's all about.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the feature fight of the evening. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the NFA Professional Bantamweight Division, brought to you tonight by Sub-Zero Wellness and Brad Carey Realtor. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This boxer, jiu-jitsu specialist, stands 5'9", weight in 134.7 pounds. He holds an 0-2 professional record, representing Gracie Technics, and fighting out of Makiki, Oahu, Joey von Blankenberg. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist, sitting 5'4", weight in 135.9 pounds. He holds a professional record, 1 win, 1 defeat. Representing Wolves Den and fighting out of Wentzville, Missouri, Sam Night Panites. Your referee in charge of the action, Tim Francis.
Sam looks like he's about to be shot out of a cannon.
Over everything in the back. I expect a good,
He's a little
clean
ball of
fight.
energy.
Obey my commands at all times. Touch him up now if you'd like to, and go back to your corner.
Sam cuts a lot of weight to make the weight class, but I will say this for him. He looked slimmer going into the weight cut this time, so I think he had a more enjoyable experience. Still a big weight cut, but I think we're going to see the benefits here.
I think Sam's about to
There
rip
it
someone's
is.
head off.
Yep.
Right out the gate.
See, the thing is with Sam, a lot of guys with that much muscle,
Got the neck.
This is over. Being dry like this, oh wow.
And butt on the cage.
Yep, that's a lot of
He's
power.
out. He's out. Yep. They're fresh too. Fresh arms with that guillotine. It's,
Yeah, Joey, I think Joey went out a little bit there.
yeah, he went out.
And Sam gets that one back.
Sam gets that one back here, right here in Arnold. Here's the deal. The way that Sam went through Joey right there is how that's how the hype is about Sam tonight. That's how it's supposed to be. This kid, I've said this for a long time, I wish he would have went pro sooner, but I think everything's happening the way it's supposed to. And I honestly, I think we'll see Sam in the UFC within the next year or two.
Well, that's why I said that the hype was just. I hope he doesn't take any offense to that. I mean, he definitely deserved the hype. It's just that's what's hard, though, when you're coming in with all that pressure. And like you said, though, getting that out of the way, though, probably helped him here in these last 2 fights.
Well, he went to school, and so he took his foot off the gas of some of his competition, still was training, and they wanted an AMI fight or two back to knock the rust off, and no one would fight the kid. So he turned pro. And now he looks sharp.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Tim Francis, calls a stop to this fight in only 18 seconds of the very first round, declaring a winner by technical submission due to standing guillotine choke, Sam Night Panites.
Sam Panite's a little emotional, justified too.
Yeah, Sam showing a lot of emotion there on living up to that nickname tonight.
probably fought a lot of little mental battles to get in there about coming back to the spot where, the little hiccup happened, the thing that shouldn't have happened, but did happen, and such is life. But he came back down here, walked on the same ramp, walked in the same ring, and got the job done. Oh, with the same thing that caught him.
Absolutely. I said this the night it happened. If they fought 10 times, 9 times out of 10, that was like, we can even stretch it further. 1 in 100 times is it going to happen to Sam Panites in that situation. But like I said, I think that was the best thing for him, and it helped grow him into, a more mature fighter.
Sam, we didn't get to talk last time like you just said to me right there, but we're talking right now, man. It's got to feel good. How you feeling?
Man, this feels awesome, dude. I got so many of the best people here supporting me and everything, dude. Doing this in the NFA cage at home, winning by a finish, something I've been wanting to do for a long time because I know I'm a finisher. A lot of hard work, but man, I have so many people in my life that I'm blessed to have that help me get here. And, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what to say in the moment, to be honest.
Well, Nate, no worries, man. Congratulations on a great win. Getting back in the win column.
Shout out to GVR Landscape, my main sponsor, helping me get here. It means a lot.
Arnold, Missouri, Sam 99 Panites.
Sam Panites with a couple select words, thanking his sponsor, thanking his fans. So now we're going to move up to the co-main event of the evening. This fight is something that I'm looking forward to for a couple reasons. One, I know Court Wall, we've trained, been coming up on the same shows, things like that. He's a very goofy, quirky kid, really good jiu-jitsu. He's fighting someone that I've actually trained with up in Kansas City, Nick Grass, who, we can touch on a little bit more, but Nick has a backstory like no other. This man, his life could be a movie. He started it started in the trenches. He dug himself out. Now he's a father of 3 beautiful little girls, one of which is her birthday today.
I love to hear that. I love hearing those type of stories. And like we were talking about earlier about characters, Court Wall, that's the definition of character.
Absolutely. So Mike Kendall's going to bring him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, on now to our co-main event of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Nick Grass.
Nick Grass coming from Kansas City. He trains under my coach, Zach Cummings, sporting the nice Santa hat, Santa outfit.
More characters. We're talking about characters. Maybe Nick also is one.
I think he just took it. That if that's any preview, I can't wait to see Court Wall.
Right.
He's got a wrestling background.
Yeah. So Nick is a very good wrestler. He's a great. He's got a good grappling background. I say that because he wrestles. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's what I consider a legit purple belt. He's got very good stand-up. He's got a lot of power, but he doesn't need to show the power. Those guys up at Glory tend to hit a lot, but he's one of the few guys that he'll hit you a lot, but then he'll sink one in when it really counts and put someone to sleep. But we talked about the backstory a little bit. From what he's gone through, where he's at now, he has zero quit in him. You're gonna have to kill him to get him out of the cage.
That's one thing we all know. You can't teach heart, and heart is a big thing of this game.
Oh, 100%.
Tough times make tough people.
Yeah, he's got good corners here today. He's got Mike Murray, Zach Cummings. They've always got good advice, good corner talks, as I say.
Making his way to the NFA cage, fighting on the red corner, Court Wall.
All right, here we have Court Wall. For his age, he's been around for a long time. Very crafty striker, Taekwondo black belt, and yeah, he's not just a Taekwondo black belt, but he knows how to pepper those kicks in. We were just in intermission, I put the body pad on and had him throw some teeps to my body, and they were pretty sharp. So
absolutely.
The thing about Court is if he can find a roll and a rhythm there, he's very dangerous. And when he can do that, he can get a roll on. And he's crafty. The times where people can disrupt his roll, that's where he's run into trouble with.
Yeah, and the thing we've always said, it depends on which Court Wall shows up. But if you look at his, let's just say social media, he is more excited for this fight after a little bit of a break. He's excited for this fight. He's excited for training. He has fun training. He's one of the lead instructors over there at Alton Family Fitness. Comes into the cage, and he is looking to put on a show.
He's a solid purple belt out of Watson Martial Arts himself.
Once and gentlemen, it is now time for the co-main event of the evening. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the NFA Professional Featherweight Division. Brought to you tonight by Surf Pro of Arnold and CBI Streetcars. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, is a boxer wrestler standing 5'9", weight in 145.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 2 wins, 1 draw. Representing Glory MMA and Fitness, fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, Nasty Nick Grass. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a wannabe ninja, standing 5'11", weight in 145 pounds. He holds a professional record, 4 wins, 5 defeats. Representing Watson's Mixed Martial Arts and fighting out of Godfrey, Illinois, Court the Brick Wall.
We went over everything in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Touch him up. Go back to your corner.
Guys, we are in for a war. Nick Grass, Court Wall. This is going to be a fun one, guys. Good stare down right there. The thing with Nick is he hasn't cut down to 145 in a while. Fought at 155 for a little bit. These guys are equally sized.
He looks pretty big.
Nick's thick. Okay, Nick's thick. He carries a little bit of muscle with him. Nice teeth kick like you talked about. Good leg kick out of Court Wall.
Nice.
Ooh, good leg kick.
Nice work by Court.
I look at Nick to try to get this takedown now. He doesn't want to get these kicks too much.
The countering at Court's looking very good.
Nick Grass is out completely.
Right on the chin, right on the front of the chin. He landed that. It was untouched. Right down the pipe on the chin.
Wow, Court Wall.
And almost over the top and down.
Nick Grass is still down.
Ooh, that counter striking.
It's like we said, when Court can find a rhythm here, he is dangerous.
Court did great. Court did fantastic.
A little twerking in the ring.
And he jumped on him quick. He wasn't playing.
He did, yeah. Both these guys came out here to put on a show, and
well, you were talking about the 2 different courts. You could tell which court showed up when he was hitting those smooth counters right off the bat. Yes. He wasn't hesitant at all.
I think the big difference was he landed a couple big leg kicks, and I think they might have surprised Nick a little bit. And then he kind of had Nick's hands draw down and went ahead and caught him with a big counter right hand.
Yeah. It wasn't just down the pipe. He kind of came over the top and down on that chin, too, and it was flush.
Yeah.
Very flush.
So when I walked in the back, they asked if Court actually asked if we could flow a bit on the thing. So I put some gloves on, and we were moving. And, I wasn't trying to get too excited, but he looked sharp because we were going fast. We were moving hard. He was landing them counters off stuff I was giving him. And I'm like, man, if this is the guy that walks out there, this is going to be really interesting. And it was. Makes me happy. I've known Court for a long time. Trained together at War Room when that was open. And the guy just had some ups and downs. And this is probably the highlight of his career right now, other than the submission on Bellator.
He's always been the guy that, like, even if you want to hate him, you can't. He's a good dude. Always upbeat. So yeah, definitely. I'm happy for him. I hope Nick's doing okay.
Yeah.
And Nick's still down over there, but Dr. Macklin's always taking good care of everybody here.
Yeah, we can't really see very good right now.
I wonder if that weight cut had something to do with that.
You know what they say? They say when you cut down, your chin tends to go. But, talking to Nick, the weight cut wasn't too big of an issue. So, I'm going to have to say it was just Court Wall landing some hammers.
I was about to say, you can say that, but, that was a flush power throw. He hit him. And Nick was coming in a bit, too. It was a double. So we just hope that Nick is okay.
Yeah, we hope Nick is okay, man. He's a great dude, great father. Like I said, the guy's story is amazing. Looks like they're going to put Nick on a stretcher here.
Yeah, it looks like they're having some trouble.
see him moving. Saw his
Yeah.
toes
Yeah.
wiggling.
Well, you know, Dr. Macklin is always, he just takes precautions, obviously for the safety of the fighters. And he makes the best assessment of what needs to happen, what needs to go on.
Well, they're kind of. I think he just doesn't know where he's at. It looks like they're trying to hold him down a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's up now. He's sitting up now. He's sitting up.
He's sitting up. He's just, from someone who's been knocked out pretty bad, it takes a little bit to get your bearings back. Everybody knows I got kicked in the face. Cool. I was up and walking around, things like that, but I don't remember anything until I was in the ambulance.
And something similar happened to me. It's strange.
Nick's up and he's alert. They're going to get him a stool, just take a seat. You kind of just got to get your bearings back together, you know?
Yeah, he's asking. It looks like he's asking questions. So I mean, at least he's sitting up now, and everything looks like he's starting to come to.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to use a stretcher. I don't think they need to.
No, they just threw it out of the way.
Precautions, those precautions.
Yeah,
Nick-
you got to be safe.
Nick stands up. He's taking a seat. I think the most important thing right now is going to be having Zach right there, kind of calming him down, because when you start coming to, you kind of have a little bit of a freak out moment.
You have shock.
Yes. So Zach's right there keeping him calm.
And I don't want the fans to get worried. He does have a neck brace on, but that's more of a precaution, as Adam's been saying. You just want to make sure that he's stable before he gets up moving and before they let him kind of have some free reign of his body.
You know, I think I overheard one of the cut guys saying he was knocked out. During that knockout, he had a little bit of a seizure. I think that's where the precautions are coming into play, and that's why we're lucky we have Dr. Macklin here.
Agreed, 100%. You always want to have the most precautions, and that does happen. That does happen more often than people realize. When you do get knocked out, there is usually the body seizes up a bit. Like I said, right now they're just probably trying to get him to where he's more aware of what's going on, make sure his body's underneath him so they can get him where he needs to be.
Yeah, what'll probably happen is, Nick will go to the hospital, get checked out, things like that, make sure, nothing's really wrong, nothing's seriously wrong. And he's probably, if I was going to guess, he'll probably get a nice long suspension, which is just the safety of the fighters. So he'll be what they call no contact for, I would guess, at least 90 days.
The court's starting to celebrate a little bit more from that. Court, that too. When you look across, obviously you're going into do that to your opponent, but when you see your opponent not get up right away, it is a scary moment for you as well, because you don't want to seriously hurt somebody.
Oh no, you never want that. Some people do, but
yeah,
I've never been a fan of those oblique kicks, things like that. I never wanted to hurt anybody. That's just me. It's a sport. To me, it's a sport. It's not, it's not life or death, nothing like that. But
100%, I'm with you. It's sport through and through. I was never a big, if any kind of talking I did, the opponent was back and forth, and we had a mutual agreement on it.
Yeah.
So,
well, Nick's he's just getting checked out right now, blood pressure and stuff like that, making sure he's okay.
Pissed that your hair is a little more suave than mine, but we'll talk about it later.
Court's over here making comments about hair. Court's got the worst hair I've ever seen in my whole life.
Due to COVID, I've been letting my hair grow out, and Court's giving me some crap about it. So he's just jealous.
Well, guys, ahead we still got the main event,
Big
a little
main
women's
event,
MMA
yeah.
coming up. Kelly DeAngelo and Shannon Goffrey.
So yeah, big main event. Very seasoned fighters. Both, to my knowledge, both been on big shows.
Nick
Shannon's
Grass.
should be good.
Just to cut you guys off, Nick is standing up. He's going to make his way out of the cage. Everybody's going to give him a round of applause here.
He's making it out on his own, too, which is a huge, huge plus.
He's going to be getting some calls from Macklin to check on him.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Macklin's very good at follow-up, very good. He'll call the coaches and the fighters both, just in case one's lying.
He does.
He does. He's
Well,
called me in a few of mine.
It's good to see Nick walking out of here. And we got to send it up to Michael, to Mike to get us the official decision to make this final.
Awesome finish, but to get this kind of result takes a little bit of the wind out of the sail. Well,
Yeah.
a lot. It kind of takes a sting. Like you want him to get knocked down like that, but then pop right back up and go, well, crap.
Absolutely. We all just kind of talked about it. At the end of the day, it's a sport. It's not life or death. It's never been life or death for me. Some people take it very, very serious like that, but you never want to see anybody get hurt. I think Nick will be just fine. I mean, we've been around this sport a long time. We've seen guys get taken off on stretchers. It's literally just precautionary. And
No, we all talked how good of a guy Court is. Court doesn't want anybody hurt,
yeah.
We all want that highlight reel KO, but we want them to get back up, obviously.
Court just got it.
Court
so
just got it, for sure.
Congratulations to him. Now we can start shedding a little light on Court Wall. How good did he look? He came out. He was aggressive.
Oh, he looked so good, yeah.
He looked aggressive. He was on point with what he needed to do. And Court landed that solid right hand.
He looked really good. Honestly, that first teepee through, I think, kind of got in the guts a little bit.
Yep, let's send it up to Mike to make this official.
Arnold, Missouri, please keep Nick Grass in your thoughts and prayers as he heals from this. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a winner here tonight. And your referee, Tim Francis, called this fight in just 24 seconds of the very first round, declaring a winner by knockout, Court the Brick Wall. Court, man, talking to you earlier this evening, man, you're one of a kind person to tell me all the things you told me when I was asking how to announce you and stuff like that. The character like that's great, man. And congratulations on an extremely devastating knockout here tonight. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
Honestly, I'm just proud of myself. It's the first time I believed in myself and was confident, and I mean, that's what happens. I just followed through, and I'm beyond ecstatic, but I mean, that would be nothing without the team I have behind me, the coaches filling in. I mean, I do what I can, but again, I'm nothing without the support that I have behind me.
Well, definitely the striking that you had tonight was precise. It was devastating. Congratulations on a big win here tonight. Anything else you'd like to say out here tonight?
No, I just, I don't know, this has been a shout out before. I lost my dog about a month ago, and I want to dedicate this fight to him because that was my little baby.
To your dog, man. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Court Wall.
Court Wall dedicating the fight to his dog. And Jordan, I know you are. Look at this guy.
That's Court.
What is his problem? I don't know. But Jordan, you are a dog man.
I get it.
Yeah, you get it more than anyone I know. But guys, we are
Lance
here
is a
for
dog
women's
fan.
I'm a
MMA
huge
for the
dog guy,
for the main event of the evening.
Lance also likes dogs.
I
What's
love
wrong
dogs.
with you?
I got 4 Huskies at home.
I've got 2 dogs at home, guys. We're good.
2?
I'm not sure what the
What
rest
are their names?
I'm kidding.
Leo and Layla.
I'm
AKA
playing.
USA raffling off an extremely nice pair of leather 16-ounce camouflage boxing gloves. 1 ticket for $5, 3 for $5, or 5 for 10. Make sure you guys stop back there at the HKA USA booth before you leave. Plenty of NFA merchandise still left to sell. We got a bunch of new stuff. Make sure you guys go back there and check it out. Sub-Zero Wellness in the building here tonight. And Kemp's Hemp in the building. They got some great stuff back there. If you guys haven't sampled some of their CBD stuff, they've got a lot of products, so you can check it out. It's amazing stuff, including that spray. You just got to spray where it hurts. That's all you need to do.
All right, as we get ready for the main event here, Kelly D'Angelo and Shannon Goffrey.
Let's bring these. Let's set it up to Mike Kendall to bring these ladies out.
You guys want to throw those out to the crowd? Yeah, just do it from Kate's side so you might get some distance. You guys want to throw them out? Who wants some more free shirts? It's the vintage NFA t-shirt. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Giving out more
Yeah, go to the other
merchandise.
side. I'll go to the other side. He's rowdy. He's about it. Who wants it? You guys gotta make some noise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got Rachel Kearns here with HKA USA. We're going to go ahead and raffle it off right now, okay? You guys got your raffle tickets ready? Okay. We should just give them to him. I mean, he's excited about it. Let's get them done. All right, winning ticket number. I need my readers. 211-6247. 211-6247. Let's see it. Congratulations. Those are some one-off great gloves right there. HKA USA. You can take that. Thank you very much. Proud sponsor of NFA. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the main event of the evening? Arnold, I can't hear you. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, fighting on the blue corner, Shannon Coffrey.
Shannon's coming down to us. As I'm reading her background, the record it tells me that she's going to be more of a striker. She's 4-0 as an amateur kickboxer, 1-0 as an amateur boxer. She stumbled a little bit in the MMA, so I think that maybe the grappling has been a bit of an issue.
She listed herself as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt.
Oh.
Well, then
So-
that negates everything I just said.
Maybe it's just the execution of it altogether, though.
It
We know
could
how
be.
that can go.
And it also depends. What kind of brown belt is it? Do you buy it online, or what is it?
Or are you too used to the grips? Do you only go in the gi?
Exactly.
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier, too. Sometimes if she's doing them separately and not bringing them all together, maybe getting punched in the face while trying to throw up submissions is throwing her off, too.
Yeah, well, she trains out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and down in Tennessee they have a couple solid camps coming out of there, starting to make a name in the MMA scene.
She was saying in her pre-fight packet that we got that she believes her kicks will give Kelly trouble and give her an advantage here.
And now we're making her way to the red corner, Kelly D'Angelo.
Kelly D'Angelo, you hear the crowd here behind her. She's been in Invicta, she's been everywhere, she's been around for a long time. But the big thing is, she's finally back at home, and this is what she's been trying to do for a long time. She hasn't had the opportunity.
And what's great about this is she actually had a camp. Whenever I see Kelly and Jimmy, they're telling me we got fight news, and it's usually 3 weeks away in Invicta. So she actually had time to prepare, have a really good camp. She was working a lot with Kirk Huff and Dakota Zimmerman down at Arnold, BJJ, two people around more her size than you would see at St. Charles, and she's getting a lot of good work with those guys in. But like I said, the biggest advantage is she had the time to prepare this time.
Oh yeah, for sure. And something that kind of gets thrown under the rug, her husband is a professional fighter as well. A lot of times, and I've been in this situation, if you don't have a significant other that helps and supports your dreams and your goals, it all just kind of adds to problems. So she doesn't have to worry about that because Jimmy understands everything she's going through. And, you know, like you said, with the camp here, I'm excited to see what Kelly's going to bring back home.
Once again, Arnold, Missouri, it's now time for the main event of the evening. This fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the NFA Women's Professional Strawweight Division, brought to you tonight by Halsey Roofing and JC's AC. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for all those watching around the world tonight on NemesisFightingAlliance.com pay-per-view, and for those here in Arnold, Missouri, are you ready for war? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This kickboxer stands 5'2", weighed in 116 pounds, shows a professional record, 5 wins, 6 defeats. Representing Guardian MMA Murfreesboro, and fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee, Shannon Goffrey. Her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter, standing 5'2", weighed in 115 pounds, shows a professional record, 4 wins, 4 defeats. Representing St. Charles MMA and Arnold Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, here is Kelly Wildfire D'Angelo. Your referee in charge of the main event, Tim Francis.
Main event. We went over everything in the back. If I don't have any questions, I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, go back to your corner.
All right, guys, we're here for the main event. I cannot wait to see what Kelly's going to bring.
Well, you heard her nickname Wildfire, and that comes off her being a firefighter. And she's been in a lot of wars as well, so there's not a whole lot that I think that Shannon can throw at her that she hasn't seen.
Well, there's that kick you talked about, Jordan. She came out throwing kicks right away. Kelly trying to use her boxing.
Well, and as a southpaw, she's going to look to chop at the body and then come to the head, too.
Yeah,
Kelly's answering with some straights, though.
Yeah, they met right there in the middle, a little bit of a weird exchange. Kelly's trying to hit it with that right, that crisp right hand. Nice kick from Shannon.
Kelly looks like she's trying to time that kick to the right hand.
That right hand line's right up if you're going against southpaw, and you can beat that lead foot.
Well, I saw Shannon in the back warming up with some spinning back kicks, so I look for her to do a little spinning if she sees the opening for the body shot. Kelly, did she just smile?
Yes, she did. She's having fun.
A little stumble there.
2 finds a home.
Kelly needs to keep that hand up, though. Shannon's throwing a lot of head kicks.
I did talk to Kelly a couple weeks ago, and she was really, she got some actual boxing training in, and I guess she, you know, she's like, hey, I got back to my roots with just straight boxing, and she said it was a lot of fun. She, you know, she sparred with a couple of small men. There's that spinning move I told you about, and you know, she looks like she's having a good time trying to find those straight line shots.
They both seem very calm and confident in what they're doing right now.
Well, this is that experienced pro level. We got 19 pro fights between the two.
Every time Goffrey tries to come in with some type of flurry or kick, Kelly's throwing something back. She's taking a turn back. Right there.
Yep, you're right. She's timing that. She's timing that movement forward.
See, Godfrey's, she's actually getting a little bit too close. She's doing almost like a blitzing motion. She gets too close to where she can't really throw her punches, so she needs to turn those punches into elbows and, you know, flip it around. And Kelly needs to counter with an elbow because she's jamming herself on those punches as well.
We got a little smile out of Shannon that time, too.
These girls are having fun. They're giving Arnold here at NFA 8 their money's worth for this main event.
Nice little right hand.
They need to watch those headbutts, though. They're both kind of coming in with their heads down.
Kelly jumps on a nice knee up the middle.
Nice. Shannon answered back with her own to get her off her. Nice calf kick.
Nice head kick right there, but Kelly again blocks it and comes back with some counter shots.
Oh, I think Shannon may be going to the way a little too much there. She needs to set that up a little bit more with a little lower, few more lower kicks to get her to drop the hands, maybe more of those front kicks.
Him left. Kelly ended with a good jab right there.
And you're right, it looks like Shannon is jamming herself a bit, even on her kicks.
What I'd like to see is Kelly throw a couple feints. You know what I mean? Or Shannon for that, throw some feints. Shannon got a nice little mouse into that left eye.
Shannon was looking over to her corner there for a second.
Kelly's straight punches are finding a home. And every now and then, when she steps in, she's throwing that too. And if that connects on the end range with a snap, she's really going to probably knock her down on her back.
Ooh, that was solid.
Nice little short left hook out of Kelly with the right hand behind it. Nice little body kick coming out of Shannon.
Shannon looks like she has some good kicks. She just needs to find her range. She looks like she's having trouble with her range right now.
Kelly with a kick of her own.
Yeah, Kelly's confidence is growing as this fight goes.
You know what I'd like to see? A little bit of body work. You know, Kelly can throw that jab up top, drop down with that straight right to the body. Oh, she falls down. I think Kelly's going to try to let her up, maybe?
That was I believe that was a trip. I don't think that was necessarily from the power, but it was a good. Ooh, that was a nice kick right there.
Kelly's jamming herself. She's going to need to keep that distance if she wants to land those punches. And with Shannon, obviously you want to have a little bit more distance. She's throwing some kicks. She threw that leg kick right there, but she couldn't extend all the way on it to get the power.
I mean, I could be wrong too. It looks like Shannon may be getting a little bit
She looks
frustrated.
She looks
frustrated.
frustrated.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
I help you.
Thank you. Shannon's starting to kind of do a little taunt too to get Kelly to maybe, because Kelly's doing good countering, and I think Shannon's trying to get her to off her game to get her to come forward, trying to upset her a bit, but it's not working.
10 seconds left.
Oh,
Nice
there
body.
There you go. You called it. Yep, there it is.
Sets everything else up.
It absolutely does. Because then you can drop levels and you can change levels, fake that body shot, and just come right back up top overhand. And I believe that body shot stuck her a little bit, and she felt it.
Event in the women's professional strawweight division, brought to you once again by Holmes's Roofing and JC's AC.
You're not going to like this, Adam, but I feel like Shannon may need to come out and stall a bit. I feel
Just
like
let
she's
you guys
rushing
know
in,
the
and that's
official
what Kelly wants.
NFA after party is directly downstairs right here at the Eagles Club.
I'll be interested to see if the corner tells her to keep going back to the body. Because it was there, and when you line up with the southpaw, that two to the body is there all the time. You can come up with that hook. Kelly likes the hook too. But Kelly was doing a good job of jamming her, and she was throwing 2-3 pieces off of there, and even ending out with a jab or pushing her off of. If they're trying to get a hold of you, people forget you can just push somebody off of you.
Absolutely. What I want to see, though, is I want to see them, this is mixed martial arts. Let's do a little bit more.
Yeah.
If Shannon is getting pieced up with those long straight punches, she's going to need to get in there, maybe clinch it, close that distance. Try to do a little dirty fighting.
Well, and you also, Jordan, you said she was a brown belt, right? I mean, maybe try getting her to the ground some, too.
That's what it was listed at. She looked like she was trying to welcome her to the mat in the first round.
It's true, she did. She had the classic, come on down to my world.
Kelly's a solid grappler in her own right. She is a blue belt Pan Am champ.
That is true.
Blue belt is not a brown belt, but still there's competition experience there.
Well, and we also it also depends on your teaching, too. There's some brown and black belts that can get beat by purple belts or blue belts.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when punches are involved.
Exactly.
Nice leg kick right there.
Really nice.
She should set that leg kick up with maybe a 1-2 and jab cross and then come back with that lead leg kick.
Like I said, it looks like Shannon keeps going to the well over. When something works, she goes to it right away, and Kelly's ready for it. She needs to mix it up a little bit more.
Ooh, nice right hand over the top. I like that. See, I like that feint right there. She faked. It wasn't the best job, but she faked that shot and then came over the top. Trying to give different looks.
Shannon to be a little more patient this time. She's still jamming herself, though.
Yeah, they're trying to look for a takedown now.
Kelly was ready with that uppercut. Again, oh, Kelly got caught a bit there.
Yeah, nice left hand by Shannon.
Well, Shannon faked the dip and then was oh, she ate it. She ate it.
In the
Yeah,
face.
she ate it.
Now these girls are scrapping.
But like you're saying, she faked a shot and then it gave her that overhand.
Yeah. And like you said, she goes right back to it.
Kelly circles off, hits her with a nice 2.
There's that spinning back kick. I saw her working that in the back.
Kelly's waiting for her to charge in, and then she's ready with that right hand every time. Shannon needs to figure out something to throw off Kelly's timing. More feints, probably, as you were saying.
Nice head movement out of Kelly right there. I'd like to see a counter punch after that. I wouldn't mind Kelly start throwing a couple leg kicks.
Yeah. I mean, Shannon needs to start setting up those head kicks. She's throwing them a little bit too much without a setup. Kelly knows they're coming.
I'd like to see Shannon, she wants to use kicks. Start doing a couple more kicks. You got those lead leg teep kicks.
Yeah.
Those are always more of an annoyance than anything.
Well, if you don't want to throw a jab, use your legs. Use your legs as a jab.
Or to the body.
That's what I'm saying. Right to the body, right to the middle.
Yeah, you can set up kicks with kicks. You just got to keep going the same ones that they're going to, obviously. That's a nice step back on the body.
See, Shannon almost did a sprint for a kick. You can't do that. I mean, you can run in and go for, you get that switch knee, flying knee, whatever you want to call it. Nice exchange right there for these ladies.
Oh, nice little uppercut as she came in by Kelly.
That was a nice step one.
So this is going to be interesting how the judges are looking at this, because Shannon is the aggressor. Kelly's landing a few more shots, I do believe, but as far as the way it looks, I mean, they may be looking at something else.
Shannon's at the center of the cage. Shannon has cage control, but Kelly, I think, is hitting the more damaging shots.
Absolutely.
So you're right. It's just going to depend how they're looking at it. Because right now, like Kelly's back was on the cage, but she made Shannon pay when she came in.
Yeah. Ooh, nice kick,
that
just
was
barely
nice.
missed.
Yeah, that was nice. And see, she went right back to it again. She's doubling up.
Ooh, nice right hand.
She needs to spread those out a little bit more.
Shannon's not backing down, though. She's coming
she's
forward.
not. Shannon's here to fight. Both these ladies showed up for a dogfight.
Yep, and they just want to strike.
Yeah, Shannon, I think what Shannon's going to need to do is actually change
good
levels
body.
and get that to the ground.
Jordan's right, though, when they do throw the body, because they're not expecting it, it's hurting them.
Big left out of Shannon, just barely misses. Nice leg kick right there. Another right hand out of Kelly. Nice, Kelly with a good right hand, snuck it right at the middle.
To the body,
Drop
back
to
up.
the body, that'll girl Kelly, go.
Shannon, like you said, though, not backing down. She's still throwing back.
Body shot out of Kelly right there. Ooh, big, good body kick out of Shannon.
Good body kick, yeah.
These girls are putting on a show for everyone here in Arnold. As we approach that 10-second mark. I think what is going to win this round is nice knee out of Kelly D'Angelo. Good kick out of Shannon.
Yep, good answer back.
Way to end the round, guys.
Nice.
Nice back fist out of Shannon.
Good body set up to a spinning back fist.
I have to give that round probably. Personally, I'd probably give it to Kelly just because the shots were landed, but it's going to be very interesting to see how the judges score that with the aggression. And then that last little 30-second flurry was pretty even.
I agree. I do have Kelly 2 rounds, but that second round I wouldn't be upset if it went the other way.
Well, you can walk forward a lot, but you also have to score clean and in numbers instead of just eating them when you walk forward.
Absolutely.
Like if you walk forward, you can try and break someone, but you also have to cut them off, pin them against the fence, and take the space away. And we don't see that happening right now. Kelly's always getting out and pretty much going back to the center of the ring and going, let's fight here.
Absolutely. I think Kelly is the one thing she's doing that I really like. She's not getting too risky. She's not deviating from the plan of what's working. And sometimes you get those fights where you're not going to get a finish. I mean, I think these girls are both so tough that you may not get a finish. So she's ready to go off all three rounds. These doors are closed. Final round of the main event here at NFA 8, guys. Women's MMA closing out the show. Nice touch of the gloves.
Great show so far, a great main event.
And the way the fight's going, I think we're going to see a lot of the same thing. A lot of
That's
Shannon
what's
throwing
looking
those
like.
kicks, Kelly counter with their right hand.
It's definitely what it's looking like so far. Ooh, she
Right
paused.
back in
Yep.
on her.
She paused for a second, and Kelly answered.
Both these girls are getting a little bit of marked up on their face. So they're both landing. I mean, if you score damage as part of your criteria, which it is, Kelly's the right side of her face got a little bit of a mouse. Shannon, got a couple little marks on her.
I'm starting to notice it almost looks like Shannon's in spar mode, though. She's throwing and then she's pausing. And that's giving Kelly a chance to come in and hit her power shots.
Yeah, I can see that. Nice leg kick out of Shannon.
Shannon's also not getting to the outside when she's throwing those, though, so she's staying in the pocket, which is not good when you're left on right.
Yeah, I'd like to see if, I think Kelly's up 2-0. If Shannon wants to win this fight, I think she's going to have to change levels and try to get it to the ground.
I agree.
Kelly with them jabs this round.
Yeah.
Tell her to stay off her.
That could have been the corner talk was, hey, use your jab, keep that distance, and then wait for a shot. These girls are going at it. 3.5 left in the fight.
Again, Kelly's looking confident.
Nice jab at the end there. Nice long jab.
Kelly's not just countering anymore. She's starting to push a bit. She's feeling confident.
Oh, wow.
Nice exchange from these ladies. Kelly got a little bit of blood from her nose. The right side of her face is showing it. Well, Shannon's got marks under both eyes. This is a war, boys.
Both these ladies have been in wars before. This is nothing new to them. Ooh, nice. That was solid. Yeah,
wow.
I'm with you, though. Shannon she's doing more of the same, and it's not working. She needs to switch it up.
Kelly keeps setting these traps with that right hand.
And Shannon's throwing some good stuff. So I don't want to just, I don't want to sound like I'm burying her. She's throwing good stuff. She just needs a little tweak somewhere. And
yeah, so if she can catch some of these kicks on the end of the range, especially to the body, be a game changer here.
Absolutely, but she's taking too big of a step in, and she's jamming herself. And then in that case, the same thing with the punches. You switch it to a knee.
She's off just a click, and she's not quite adjusting.
Nice little side kick right there. Ooh, big head kick.
That was good. There you go.
Big head kick.
And that was Shin. She didn't jam herself in that one.
Absolutely. Right at the 2-minute mark here, we're about to see some fireworks.
Here we go.
Kelly with a good
Kelly
combo.
back, yeah.
Good body shot right there.
Kelly is showing that boxing.
Good right hand snuck right at the middle.
Oh, just off a smidge.
You hear the crowd here in Arnold getting behind these women. Big left hook out of Kelly D'Angelo.
Yeah, Shannon's got a mouse under both eyes now and on the forehead.
Yeah, these girls are going to definitely look like they were in a fight tomorrow.
Yes. Kelly seems to be separating herself here pretty clearly at the end here.
I agree. I can tell that she's turned it up a little bit. She's put a little bit more speed, a little bit more power on these shots.
Yeah, Kelly's getting some bruising on her face too, but yeah, I agree with you guys. Kelly's confidence is through the roof. She's starting to really open up. She's feeling good.
And I have to say, I think both these women are weirdos because they are smiling throughout the whole thing. I don't do that.
No, no, I don't like it.
Look at this. Look at this.
I don't like getting hit in the face.
Nice exchanges by both these girls. Kelly's finding success when she's throwing a few more punches on the end of these combos.
Yeah, she's no longer just throwing that one counter. She's throwing both punches and bunches.
Nice head kick by Shannon. Superman punch, Superwoman punch.
Yep.
You have to make that adjustment.
Shannon's cut now. Shannon's got cut.
Yeah. That little mouth popped open. Nice elbow by Kelly right there. I like that.
Something I keep noticing is Shannon keeps looking away. I don't know if she's looking at her corner or...
I have to say, I think if Kelly would have picked up this pace in the first or second round, we'd be looking at a completely different one-sided affair.
There we go. Nice,
wow.
Nice finish.
Great fight out of these women.
That was a great fight.
Wow.
Welcome back to competing at home, Kelly D'Angelo.
Great fight, guys. I think that was a way to end the show.
It was a great night of fights. Great night.
Well,
of
we
fights.
end the show with a big knockout on a court wall, and then a
Yeah.
great back and I can't quite say back and forth war. It was pretty even. No one really got the advantage until the third round. I think Kelly walked away with it.
It was skillful. She had more range. She used more of her straight punches, never let the head kick sneak up, and was trying to counter off it the whole time. It never really, there was one where the shin kind of seemed like it hit her a bit, never really rattled her, but she made her pay a price for every one of those errant kicks that weren't set up, that were thrown.
Absolutely. And the thing we didn't really mention a whole lot was, you just said it, all those head kicks, they didn't land, but they didn't land because it was because Kelly had perfect defense. She catch a kick, counter punch, catch a kick, counter punch.
Well, there was a lack of setup as well.
Yeah, if Shannon would have used a little bit of punching before the kicking, I think, something might have landed a little bit more.
More body shots, get her to drop her hands some on
Both
those
these
kicks.
girls did really well. I'm excited to see, what the future holds for everyone. Up to Mike Kendall to send it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, after we go through 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards in this main event. And all 3 judges scored this bout 30-27. For your winner by unanimous decision, Kelly Wildfire D'Angelo.
We kind of said that here, guys, but I want to hear what Kelly has to say about, fighting in front of the hometown.
Congratulations, Kelly. An amazing fight. You guys were toe-to-toe the whole time, man. It was great for the fans to watch, great for me to watch. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
I knew Shannon was going to be tough. She's known for that, and I knew she wasn't somebody that was scared to stand and bang it out, and I kind of have a background for that, so I knew there was going to be some of that involved. But the main thing is I'm going to fight back in my hometown. First time in 5 years. I was more nervous to know that you guys were all here for me, and I wanted the win for you so bad. So thank you for everybody that came out and supported me. I love you guys. It means more than you know. Thanks, Nemesis, for having me. Float STL. I can't even think of everybody right now. Cryo. They always patch me up. I have a couple. I'm going to be tagging them on everything. I can't think right now. But thank you, guys. Love you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your main event winner, Kelly Wildfire D'Angelo.
Well, and that's a wrap on Nemesis 8. Good night of fights here. Fight of the night probably will go to that main event. Shannon Goffrey and Kelly D'Angelo. Kelly taking the win back at home. First time in 5 years she said she got to fight at home. There would be some nerves with that.
And honestly, Shannon's just a couple adjustments off of being a completely different fighter. I mean, she just needs a couple adjustments, and I think she'll be a lot.
And one of our winners does not have to go far to receive this award. Congratulations to Shannon Goffrey and Kelly D'Angelo for Fight of the Night tonight. Toe-to-toe war. Congratulations, ladies, for entertaining these people.
And now it's official.
Can you turn the moving lights off, please? The stage lights. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Each go home with an award and a pair of leather HKA USA 16-ounce boxing gloves.
And a check.
And a check. Yes, they do get a check.
And for our next award, if there's any question who the knockout of the night was, let me answer it for you. Cornwall.
I don't think we have any arguments for that.
No, I don't have any.
Court, where you at? Come get this award. Come get the hardware.
I was going to guess Court's getting his hair done.
Hopefully shaved.
I'm going to find Court a new puppy.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love the fact he dedicated that to his dog.
Me too.
Submission of the night was a very, very intense, just slick standing guillotine choke. Sam Night Night Panite. Well done.
Well, looking at the awards, the pros did not let the amateurs outdo them.
No, did not. I didn't even realize that until just now.
Congratulations to all of our award winners here tonight. Court Wall, Sam Panite, Shannon Coffrey, Kelly D'Angelo, well done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all headed downstairs for the official after party. Make your way down there. We'll see you in a little bit. Make sure you stop by, grab some NFA merchandise before you leave. Check out the new gear that they have. Check out all of our sponsors, Sub-Zero Wellness, HKA USA, and Chems Hemp.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
here.
let's end it, guys. NFA 8 goes out with a bang. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adam Sella.
Jordan Dowdy.
Lance DeClue.
Thank you very much to all of our sponsors that made this event possible here tonight. Brad Carey Realtor, JC's AC Impact Custom
We'll
Mount Guard.
see you in February.
Have a good night.
Absolutely. Good night.
Prime Health Centers, Powered Up Nutrition, Serve Pro of Arnold, HKA USA, Sub-Zero Wellness.